Hey, it's Russ Payton with Role Playing Public Radio. We're playing the Riffs, Savage Worlds, Symphony of the End at roleplayingpublicradio.com.
My God.
Actualplay.roleplayingpublicradio.com. This is episode 4, Mallsoft. Mallsoft is a subgenre of vaporwave. Vaporwave. Ooh, I like a little stereo thing. Although I do convert all the MP3s into mono at the end because it's... Well, anyways, let's get into the adventure. So in the previous session, members of the Special Task Force dealing with the muses, mysterious musically linked spirits that are prophesized to connect to this incredibly powerful world-changing ritual known as the Symphony of the End, recruited the Muse Slayer, which was linked to the genre heavy metal, and... Yeah, now we have the other part of the task force on their mission to go to Colorado, the Colorado Baronies, because that's where the new Mall of America is, because in my Rift's timeline, Mall of America in Minneapolis burned down because that is now coalition territory. You couldn't really have this adventure in Minneapolis. So it burned down and they rebuilt in Denver and outside of Denver, and then the rifts happened. So
what you're telling us is that it burned down, fell over, and then sank into the swamp, so they built another one and it stayed up?
In a different state.
In the snow.
In the snow. Yeah. Outside of Denver. Yeah. The swamps of Minneapolis, well known.
Well, probably it's rifts. Of course, there are swamps there now.
Yeah. So the news has started to spread that something is happening. You know, there's rumors of the Symphony of the End, muses you all heard in bars and taverns. Also because you did famously, your group did stop a powerful evil shifter and recruit that. So yeah, the murmurs are beginning to happen, but you're beginning to get some respect in the Tomorrow Legion, not just recruits. But you've all been doing other things. You've had some downtime to rest and prepare for your next mission. So we're going to add a new element, the home vignette scenes. There's no game mechanics to this, but this is just like a nice little fun thing you can do to have a little subplot for your characters. And so I know which one we'll do first because it's what inspired it. Tom's character, Steve, is a cook. Mm-hmm. And you want to be the best cook.
Yeah, and
like no cook ever was.
Yeah, I mean, and not just a cook. Like anyone can cook.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be a chef.
So there's this place called Phase World. And you've heard word a person has come here. You get holovids from it occasionally, thanks to the Rift. So you get to see shows from Phase World,
from the galaxy.
The galaxy, yeah. And most people dismiss it as fiction, but yeah, it's hard to tell what's special effects and what's real because magic, sci-fi shit is all possible. But they have announced one thing: the next Mega Chef competition is looking for applicants. And this is something, this is like once in a decade. They take their time for it because they have to go through multiple universes to find the best amateur chefs willing to risk it all to become the next mega chef.
Where's the dragon sauce?
Yeah. Well, that's more of mega kitchen.
Would you look at that? You could become the next tungsten chef.
Unobtainium chef.
Well, no, this is mega. This is beyond any metal. So Steve, you've heard about this and you have I would imagine a burning desire in your heart to try.
More than you could possibly know.
So you have multiple options available to you. So there will be a tryout. You have to pass the first hurdle. There will be a tryout like next time you go on before on your next. You have time. There's a tryout soon. It'll be in Branson, just outside of Castle Refuge. And so you have to get through several, things of tryouts before you'll actually accept it in the show. But this is the first step. It'll happen next episode, next vignette. So what are you going to do to prepare? Now you can look for a mentor. You could practice on your own. You could research stuff to try and figure out what they're looking for, and prepare accordingly. What does Steve want to do to prepare for the tryouts?
I think the best thing to do is I realize, I'm only 19, so perhaps I need a mentor.
Okay. All right. So, Chris, who is a potential mentor that lives in Castle Refuge? Someone who's known to be a great cook.
We found that rat person, didn't we? But they're not in the refuge, are they? They're in that hallucinated mansion place.
Oh yeah. They are in the vaporwave realm, or no, the classical music realm, right? Yeah. Because that's the only one you've actually entered so far. I mean, you can go back to the realm of Grand Symmetry, the realm.
If I can go back there, I'll go visit him.
Was he okay? I'll have to go back and listen to find out what his name was.
He was basically a Skaven.
Yeah, he's basically. Oh yes, he was a Skaven chef. Yes, yes, the cook. Yes. All right. I'll just the Skaven chef.
Yeah, if only there was a way to look up Skaven names.
Cook Qual tasty dinner. Yes, Cook Qual.
I like it.
Not a play on Thanquol. Thanquol.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's entirely original.
Yes, very original characters. Do not steal. I've not been reading Gotrek and Felix. But there's another one you could go to. So David, who's another person who would be a great chef or known as a cook here in Castle Refuge?
Oh, well, the first thought that comes to mind, I've been watching a little show that really feels right up Tom's alley called Cutthroat Kitchen. And I can't help but think that a couple of the judges are still alive in some strange way.
Got to be undead.
Well, it's either undead or robot soul or, human transported to robot soul. So, Tom, which one do you want? Undead or robot? I'll be nice.
You present me with a dilemma.
I know.
Both of those ideas are excellent.
Yeah, well, you could roll a die. Odd, undead.
All right, you know what?
Even robot.
I'm going to go with 10.
Okay.
Even undead.
Okay,
odd,
even.
Robot.
All right.
That is... that's 10.
Okay.
So, yeah, even. So
Undead?
Undead.
All right, undead.
All right, so the lich that used to be Simon Majumdar. Picture a bald Brit with a slightly Cockney accent who knows a lot about pub food. He knows more about
Well, it's hard to tell
food.
that he was bald because now it's probably skull.
It's still very bald. I mean,
that's next level bald.
Yeah, so so you have the Skaven chef and the Muse realm, and then
Chef Simon.
Chef Simon the Lich.
No, I realize they're both. I cannot choose one of them. If I'm gonna have to learn from both of them.
Okay, that's the right answer. You have to learn from a variety of teachers. So, you're going to get a lesson from both then. Cook Qual, yes, man thing. What is it? Lizard thing. Yes, scale thing. What do you think they will ask you to cook at this tryout? Oh, yes, I know. You should prepare appetizers and give them to the other applicants and poison them.
Interesting thought. I'll make a note of it.
Yes, sabotage, blackmail. Yes.
I'm guessing there should be warp stones in the recipe too.
Oh, delicious! No, legally distinct magical radioactive stones of an unspecified nature, not copyright claims against a certain.
I'm actually thinking I'm probably gonna have to try to find the subtext of what he's really saying.
Yeah. Cook Qual is advocating dirty play, sabotaging the other dishes, if you want to get you have to make a skill test of some kind to get an actual useful recipe out of him.
It's going to be the skill I just did.
Okay.
So
you're going to appeal to his better sense of cooking. Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
So that'll be 2d6s.
Actually, yeah. I mean, you're trying to get him to give you a recipe, so it would have to be is there a social skill?
Persuasion.
Persuasion.
I do have it.
All right. Well, yeah. Give me a persuasion. You always get a d6. That's a wild die, and then whatever your skills in it.
4. 7.
All right. You say no. It's too early to do that.
I'll go. Never in the opening.
Yes. You must have a card up your sleeve. Yes. Good. In that case, something simple and humble, yet elevated to a high level. Yes, they would not suspect country bumpkins such as you to be able to do such a thing. Technique.
Perhaps Perhaps an elevated version of the charcuterie tray.
Yes. No, it must be actually cooked, not simply prepared. Yes. I know.
The cooked charcuterie.
No, I shall show you the assassinated hash browns, cut with an assassin's blade.
Oh, yes.
All right.
But immediately.
Yeah. So you get the assassin's hash browns, which are cut very finely, and then soaked through, marinated in ketchup.
With a vibro blade that has tasted blood more than once.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, that's what he says. Cutting tools that have been soaked in the blood of enemies. And it's like a flat iron, you got to season them.
Like a wok.
Yeah, like a wok or So you got to season them first.
Or like cast iron,
Yeah. Cast iron, yeah.
It's like everything he's saying is making perfect sense.
Yeah, so you get that. You get assassin's hash brown. You can mark that on your sheet as one of the recipes
I was going to go into notes.
You put it on your back, too. Yeah, this is a total bullshit thing I'm making up. So, I've revealed
my recipe list.
Yeah. So, Chef Simon's... Hello, Steve-O?
Steve-O, whatever, anything works.
Okay. Well, you need to show classical French technique. It's a classic, continental style with the food. I'm sorry, I'm a little distracted. Someone's put a curse on me, and it's not great. Simply because I deliberately burned their eggs because they're an asshole and I do not care for them.
How long ago was this?
65 years ago. It's quite distracting.
Oh, okay.
Yes. If you could find someone to take the curse for me, I'd appreciate it. They simply wouldn't be able to cook very well, or they would have problems with the cook. Sort of bad luck hex. So someone who never cooks, it would be...
God, that would be terrible.
Yes.
But I mean, I would say I would never say I never wish on my worst enemy, because I would. Mm-hmm. I would wish that on my worst enemy.
Yes. Okay. So you find someone who never cooks, then I can give them the curse, no problem, and they wouldn't notice because they never cook, and it would all be good.
Okay. Yeah. I will do that.
If you do that, I'll show you how to make the perfect croissant.
Excellent.
Croissant. All right.
Is there like a? I know there's a skill for languages. There is.
Yeah.
And I have one.
Mm-hmm.
You know what?
What?
Just for fucking fun. It's French.
Okay. Great.
I learned it from a cookbook.
There we go. Yeah. So you just need to find him someone to put the curse onto, willingly.
Perfect. I'll get it done.
Okay. What are you looking for?
Nothing
Who would never cook and not give a shit about having this curse?
No, him.
Oh, we got to pick another player character.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't specify, but he went straight to you, Cranberry.
Actually, let's go like, hey, how's it going?
It's going fantastico, Steve.
Excellent. Hey, how would you feel about taking on a curse would mean you would never be able to cook well? And that's it.
I intend to be immortal. I am a wizard. In a long enough timeline, I may want to pick up a new interest, such as making the staff of life for myself.
Okay, well, that's not cooking.
How's it not?
The staff of life?
Bread.
Yes.
I don't know what you're saying. It's not. That's
it's
not
a magical wizard staff.
That's not a magical artifact. I'm sorry. I thought that's all you did. Is that it?
What's in it for me? Come on, play ball.
You're right. There's got to be something in it for you. Okay.
You could become friends with a lich. He could probably teach you all sorts of magical things, also cookery.
I know I'm now associates with an undead guy who's immortal. That's immortal.
Yeah, I will take on this curse so I can check out your new friend.
All right.
Yeah. Come back. Just walk, like 5 minutes later. Come back. Yeah, found a guy.
Oh, well, great. So you're okay with having a curse never to be able to cook well?
Yeah, I mean, I hope there's nothing piggybacking this. It's not just.
Oh no, I've had it for decades.
I'm not gonna be like a continent.
You could pass it off to someone else too, really.
Really?
But yeah. They have to willingly do that. So, in order to do that, I take a bite of the sandwich, and you take a bite of the sandwich.
Does it have to be like the same part of the sandwich you've been?
No, it's the same sandwich, and you just then say, I accept this curse, and that's it.
Okay.
What's
in the sandwich?
What do you want it to be? He'll make it for you.
Oh,
he'll try. It'll be flawed in some way.
Yeah.
Monte Cristo.
No. Make me your best plum sandwich. You're English. Yeah, make me your best pickle and cheese sandwich.
Oh yeah, excellent. Yeah, all right. As he's making it looks great, and then he elbows a jar of sugar on it. It's like, bloody hell! See, this is what I mean. It just happened all the bloody time. That's why I'm down here in this dump. It's no offense to this place, but this is the worst place I've cooked. No Michelin stars. Michelin stars don't exist anymore. You don't know what they are, but they're really valuable.
I know what they are.
Well, okay.
I read it in a book.
Don't contradict me. Don't contradict the head chef.
Oh, he doesn't know though.
Yeah. Okay. So he hands you he takes a bite of it. Oh, that's too sweet. I thought, yeah.
I accept this curse and I take a big old bite.
Yeah. You don't feel any different.
All right.
But yeah, if you want some tips on becoming a lich like me, a living skeleton thing with things. I don't have any other useful magic, just being a lich. I can help you with that. But yeah, he teaches you the perfect croissant. So you can add that to your recipes there, Steve. And so yeah.
The perfect croissant.
The perfect croissant. So
all right, now I got a lich in my pocket.
Yeah. A lich chef. Specifically just chefery.
Just chefery.
Yeah, he's not a powerful wizard.
Oh, okay.
He learned just enough magic to become immortal. And
so he didn't have to die.
Man, we made a lot of assumptions about this character to entice me to take this curse.
Well, he can teach you how to become a lich.
You know, this. I just
threw you out there at random.
Yeah.
I think I just need to take the next step and tattoo a welcome mat across my chest.
Speaking of that, who wants to do their vignette next? What are you doing in your downtime? Do you have any ideas of like things you'd like, personal pursuits you'd like to do like that? Or
yes, my character is okay. Cranberry desperately wants to find a mate for Stetson. He cannot abide the idea of his lifelong animal companion not himself having some sort of comfort to turn to. His own albatross rock, so to speak.
Oh, you need to find another albatross for Stetson, your albatross.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's going to be a problem because you're landlocked. You're in the middle, far away from the albatross's natural habitat. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
My bird is very confused.
Yeah. He's seeming a bit sad. He's
what did that sad albatross noise sound like, Ross?
So yeah, you how do you? I can give you some ideas if you want to make a common knowledge check, or you can if you haven't. This is
knowledge.
Common knowledge is one.
There it is. There it is. Okay, 1d8. Yeah, sure. All right. That's a 7.
Okay, obviously you need to get to an ocean. You need to get to a shoreline somewhere. The East Coast and like the Gulf Coast are your best bets. The West Coast, nobody knows. It's just a mystery what the fuck's in California. That's very far away. So now with ley line nexuses and stuff like that, you can teleport to hotspots relatively quickly. Thanks to the magic of the Tomorrow Legion, so you can take vacation time and go down there. So
this is what I will do.
Yeah, well, you've got to prepare for that. So the thing is, there's albatrosses in both areas, but you can talk to Stetson. You communicate with Stetson. So you like, okay, well, we can go to the Gulf Coast or we can go to the East Coast. And he's like, well, I don't know. They're both the albatrosses in both areas are different. I mean, we can't go to California though. The West Coast, I've heard they're really nice. They're the best albatrosses. My mom said we were originally from California, but we had to flee because of the albatross dynasty wars.
You get a lot of albatross scuttlebutt, you know.
Oh yeah, well, back in the day, in my dreams, there's a dream wizard albatross. He tells me stuff.
Albatross.
Yeah. So
wizard albatross.
I mean, you're human. You're more equipped to understand like what's going on in there, and like which area do you think there would be better quality of albatrosses for me to meet?
Let's go to the Gulf Coast.
Okay. So to go to the Gulf, all right. So you hop on one. It'll cost, I'll say, 100 credits a day.
Cool.
So for room and board and teleportation, you're at a great discount because Tomorrow Legion. Yeah. So yeah, you probably be like post-apocalyptic Louisiana, like near the swamp. And there's a ley line nexus next to a tourist city or sort of like a trading city along the shore. which is much farther north. Like everything in Louisiana, the previous era is gone. Like it's Louisiana is like 50 miles shorter now. Yeah, there's ley line access nearby. There's a lot of tourist stuff. They've set up a boardwalk. And there's albatrosses. Yeah. And are you going to be a wingman for Stetson?
As much as I can be.
Okay.
I mean, the last thing we would want is for him to be up Stetson instead.
Okay, so for that, do you have an idea of how you want to do that, or you want to ask Stetson for his?
Oh, I tell you, I thought I was going to have like a weird little adventure in the Ozarks looking for an albatross, but now I'm on the Gulf Coast where they're like fucking rotten with the bastards. So,
Yeah. Well, albatrosses are like they don't live inland. You brought him from the East Coast to here. He's followed because he loves you, and you're
all right, boy. There they are.
All right, roll D4. He's not good at flirting. He's not good at the mating dances and the mating songs.
Oh Christ!
You
I
can
have
learn
one,
the-
don't I?
I saw a
There it
D4.
is.
There's a D4. There's multiple D4s.
A 3.
Okay, he does not. After a full day, he's like, man, my song isn't very good. I'm out of practice.
But did you see anyone you like?
I saw lots of albatrosses there.
yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, any that you like.
Great plumage. Yeah, several. But
So, great plumage.
yeah,
Great plumage. Okay. Well, let's see.
very fat. Like they're very healthy. They're very good eaters.
Okay, let me see here. Can I use my powers of persuasion to get up his confidence?
Sure.
All right, that's going to be 1d6.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 6.
Roll again.
That's another 6.
Roll again.
That's a 1.
Okay.
So that's what, 13?
Yeah, 13. All right. He's really fucking motivated. Yeah, go and roll a D6 for Stetson.
Do I mention I love our group? I'm
yeah.
just saying that.
That's a 6.
Roll again.
3. That'd be 9 total.
All right. Yeah, he seems to be flirting with a lady albatross.
All right.
Yeah.
I use my sea wizard powers to steal her name from his brain.
Yeah. What's a good Stetson? Oh, her name is Fedora. They're named after hats. That's what I've decided.
Okay.
You're all never
All albatrosses in the Rift universe are named after hats.
Yep.
Done.
That is canon now.
That's canon.
Got that, Kevin? That is canon.
So Fedora and Stetson seem to be hitting it off.
Stetson and Fetty.
Yeah. So yeah, you Stetson does swing by and say, give me another day to help seal the deal. And so you spend another day. So total you spent 300 credits. You've been here for 3 days.
Holy smokes.
Yep.
Spinning it like I got it.
Yeah. So at the end of the third day, are you doing anything while they're out flying around, getting to know each other?
We narratively we could say this is where I was in my hotel room or whatever, practicing my aiming, and this is how I.
Oh, you can just go. There's a big. You find a big bar, big speakeasy.
Yeah.
I have a big backyard, big fence, and lots of empty liquor bottles. So you can just go out there, line them up on the fence, take pot shots at them.
Yeah, that's how I developed that.
Yeah, actually, they push out the piano. They start playing like ragtime music, and a bunch of cyborgs and juicer saloon girls start
And for some
cheering
reason,
you on.
And
Yeah.
for some reason, Piano Man.
And a piano. Oh yeah, there's just a whole bunch of misfits there.
And it's actually Billy Joel.
Who's a vampire? No, he's not a vampire. He's a cyborg now. But anyways,
No, he's the ghost in
yeah, big old hootenanny down in the bayou. So he comes back on the morning of the 4th. It's like, hey,
Esquire, what do you got?
it's going great. But she's kind of confused about the whole me having to go away thing. So maybe she's willing to visit, but she doesn't want to commit to a relationship until she sees what the nest situation is up in the castle.
My good boy, I am totally content to leave you here to feather your new life, so to speak. And I will just come at a later time when I have most dire need of you.
Oh, so like I'm on reserve?
Yes.
Oh, you're the best.
I don't want
Cranberry.
you to grow up alone like I did.
No, there's still time.
Maybe. if we don't destroy it.
Oh no!
Don't worry, that won't happen for a couple more.
Okay. Oh geez.
Lots of time to make albatross love.
Yeah. You've been the best wingman ever.
All right.
I'm gonna give myself another bending. No. All right. All right. So yeah, that's what you're doing in your off time. And then 44.
I'm still looking for Master.
Okay.
And so I feel like this is a good time to be putting up the posters. Have you seen this fill in the blank of just some unspeakable horror from beyond space and time?
Okay. So Ragnar approaches you holding one of these. He's like, you can't put these up anymore, 44.
Is there a bulletin board I'm supposed to put them up on?
No, you're not supposed to put them up at all. Like, it's bad. It sends a mixed message.
But we need to find
So
Master.
do you know the name of your master?
Oh, we can't speak it.
Okay.
The reason why we can't speak it is if we do, we will immediately summon the wrath of whatever causes you to lose that which you desire the most.
Yeah, so the Tomorrow Legion, the organization you've sworn an oath to be part of and are a member of, are sworn to fight that kind of thing.
Oh, we are fighting it in a way where we're trying
Not
to
in a way, just fighting it, period. Just no subtext.
Yeah, we're trying to find.
No, fight.
How do we fight if we don't find first?
Well, they come to us usually.
Okay, so the horrors from beyond space and time come to us?
They have been.
That's fair. But we're looking for this specific one to make sure that the master gets home, which is away from here. That's a good thing, right?
But the master,
Information for where?
the master doesn't want to, can go home whenever it wants. It's wanting to cause problems here. So you kind of need to think about this, 44. We appreciate you and we want you to be here, but you cannot serve you cannot be loyal to two separate things. Do you understand that?
I think so, but why does that mean that I can't find Master?
What are you going to do if you find him?
Well, first we need to find, and then once the Master is found, then we can convince the Master to go home.
What if he doesn't want to go home and orders you to attack us?
Oh, Master would not do that.
How are you? I don't think that. I really don't want to find that out. But it sends a confusing message to everybody. If you're looking for an unspeakable evil, cosmic terror kind of thing, we're not
evil, just horror.
Yeah, that's the same thing to everybody.
It's not good. It's not evil. It's just it exists.
Yeah, but you can't put these up anymore.
Okay. So how do you want me to find Master instead?
Don't find Master.
You want Master to just roam?
He is out there. He's not caught. We have enough problems as it is right now. You don't need Master coming back.
But we're just trying to find.
No. So Ragnar kind of shakes his head and leaves. And it's like, you can't. It's a new rule. You can't put these up. So he goes. So yeah, they don't like it here when you're looking at it. So if you're going to keep looking for him, which you can, you have to keep it on the down low. So what do you want to do for your? That could be your vignette, or if you want to do something else.
Well, let's just put out the feelers and see about.
Okay, how do you do that?
Go to Facebook.
You could persuade. I don't know if there's a networking skill, but if there's a research skill, research would be better.
Yes, let's go with research.
Okay. Yeah.
Mostly have you seen something that can only be described as squamous?
Yeah. And honestly, that's not too, that describes so many things on riffs. Tom can back me up.
It is so true.
It is very true. Most people think you're talking about the Splugorth, and they don't like the Splugorth.
I mean, the Splugorth slavers are attractive.
They're bad though.
They're very bad.
Yeah.
So we've got a 5.
Okay. So you realize that people connected to Phase World would have access to all kinds of information you couldn't. So you can't casually jump into Nexus and go to Phase World. It's more complicated than that. But there is going to be tryouts for Mega Chef next week. You
Wait
know,
a minute, Steve is cooking, isn't
Steve is cooking, yeah. So you can, if you can persuade one of the talent scouts to help you out next week. So you could try. So you find out. So yeah, you start looking into that. Start figuring out. You know that they are always very interested in obviously credits. Credits are universal language. Or if you can find something really weird, something out of the unusual, you could trade it for information. So if you keep that in mind.
Oh, I've got an idea.
Yeah.
Like, Steve could probably use a bunch of ingredients. So I'm going to see if I can find whatever it is that Steve is cooking and then find the ingredients for Steve. I'm going to be his food wrangler.
Well, it's not Steve you have to impress. It's the talent scouts. You don't know who they are yet, but they're coming.
Well, if Steve wins and gets to move on to Phase World for the next round of this, he's going to need a food wrangler on Phase World.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
So, I mean, if he's putting all of his attention into cooking and not into ingredient procurement, he's going to still need a procurer.
Like he's saying something I'm researching here.
Oh no, you're cooking. You're practicing it'll take you a while to master the perfect croissant and the assassin's hash browns.
I'm going to.
Yeah. Also, you don't have any seasoned cooking instruments as cook yet. So this is where all your personal lives are at when you get when you get the call to report for briefing for a mission. So you go into the briefing room. There's Ragnar Thunderaxe, and he's like, we've finally located the exact location of another person possessed by a muse. And so and it's a place we can teleport you to reasonably close. So,
excellent.
Yeah.
I'm sure it won't be a problem at all.
So we do not know the identity of this person, but we know they're at the Mall of America, which was built originally. It was built in Minneapolis, then it burned down. Then they rebuilt it outside of Denver. Of course, Denver got nuked in the war, but this was outside the blast area. So, the
Rocky Mountain High.
Yeah, the Rocky Mountain High. Yes. So we're going to be, and we have a connection to the local government, the strongest sort of regime there, government, whatever you call it, the Colorado Baronies, which are run by a baron, Baron Midgard. But the capital city, Hope, we can teleport you there pretty easily. And there will be a contact there, Uthman. He's a Lin Saral, which is, if you didn't know that, sort of an Egyptian birdman warrior people. But Uthman will be your local resource. So you have to go, but Hope is northeast of the mall, so you have to travel a bit. So Uthman can give you an idea of what's in there. But the Mall of America was also built, according to what records we have, as an arcology, which means not only was it a shopping mall, it was also had apartments and
you never need to leave this place in your life.
Yes, a self-contained city. It was built with fairly advanced technology. It was supposed to be like a whole new blueprint of retail, shopping, and lifestyle, and like a vacation spot, all in the same place. They had these things called cruise ships, and it was called a cruise ship on land, but better. That was the
Elon
marketing.
Husk was the one that built it.
Oh no, that's a rumor. Elon Husk was a supervillain. Or no, maybe he was. Well, the records are mixed back then. Anyways, he was a fool and a coward, and we all hate him.
But he's now a husk of himself.
Yes, cursed by the demons of hell. Same mission as last time. Just go there, find out where the muse is, convince them to join us, and bring them back intact. Any questions?
No, I mean I've done this a couple of times. It's been pretty similar both times.
Great, yeah.
So do we know what this muse wants?
We know it's the genre of music is something called vaporwave, which was an incredibly popular genre of music before the Rifts for a brief time, but then disappeared, became a niche thing of haunted music, some might say. Some say there was a great podcast called Night Clerk Radio that documented this genre of music, but those are only legends.
Do you know of a place where we can blatantly plug into this type of music and learn about it?
No, that's been lost. The technology's been destroyed, unfortunately. But yeah, perhaps people in the pre-Rifts era can search for it through their search engines or podcast directories.
You keep saying these words.
Night Clerk Radio.
I don't think they mean what you think.
Night Clerk Radio. Night Clerk Radio.
RSS feeds. Yeah.
Yeah. So If you have no questions, we can take you to the wizard who will teleport you.
Let's do this.
All right. So you all suit up, head out. Big ley line nexus, big pillar of light. There's that bored ley line walker again. He's like, all right, just step into the light. I'm not here to usher you into the afterlife. You're still alive. But
I hate telling people that shit.
I'm really good at teleporting people, so that's all I fucking do. Never be good at something because
you get paid for it, right?
Well, yeah.
Thank God. My grandma told me never do anything. If you're good at something, never do it for free.
Yeah. And I'm not being sent to the front lines like you, like the really dangerous area. So.
Oh, yeah. I guess we are.
Yeah. Coalition's super active in Denver or in Colorado.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. But still, it'll be fun. It'll be a lovely trip.
Yeah. Cool. Good luck.
Clap him on the shoulder.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for teleporting us safely.
Mm-hmm.
We greatly appreciate it. Hug. Step through portal.
Yeah, thank you. Hug.
I hate the huggers. Yeah. So all three of you step through, and there's flash of white light. Yeah. And you're in Colorado, in Hope, which is a you can all roll common knowledge checks.
6.
Mm-hmm. Don't forget to roll. Yeah, your D6. Yeah. You wild die.
4. All right.
Okay.
2.
4. All right.
All right. 44.
I've got a 2.
10.
It's okay. Yeah. 44. This sure is a place. And you're like, I know this place. And then Steve,
there was a cartoon about it, about a dinosaur.
It's not a dinosaur. It's a town.
Are you sure? I'm pretty sure I heard about Denver the last
There's
time.
No, I've been to Florida. I've seen dinosaurs.
Actually, just outside city limits, it says, welcome to Hope, not a dinosaur, comma, not a dinosaur. And
so meta.
Yeah.
I don't think that the sign would say that unless it was specifically. That's a very suspicious.
We have a lot of brain power working in our group.
We really did.
About the word comma.
So there is a Birdman there with 4 arms.
Yeah.
Just
hanging out in Colorado.
That's Oathman. He's a Lynn Sorrell, who's Hope is the Colorado Baronies are basically, after Denver got nuked, there was a surge of magic users and psychics in the surviving population. So like a huge number of them, disproportionate to baseline numbers. And so they got together and formed a new, regime government barony based on magic more than technology. The technology here is like pre-Rifts 1910 to 1970s at most, aside from a few cyborgs and power armor pilots. But they have a lot of techno wizardry. They have a lot of regular wizardry, magic. There's a type of magic here called cloud weaving that is very rare outside of this area. And you don't know very little about it. Very mysterious. But yeah, they have a lot of cyber knights too. They're actually politically pretty aligned to the Tomorrow Legion. So, but like to the east of them, it's the Coalition frontier. Like the Coalition's moving in, they're moving west, and they're right here.
What assholes?
Yeah. So they've been having to deal with border skirmishes and stuff like that. And with your 10, you can ask me a question about the baronies.
What are the various factions in this area?
There are several different cities, and each one kind of has a different philosophy. So Hope is the nicest one, where they are, the Baron Midgard is a mystic, and he's very scholarly and very he rules absolutely. It is a barony. What he says goes, but he tries to be fair and just and all that junk. And then there are, there are some other cities. Where is the fucking map? And they have different philosophy. So it's even though it's a barony, every city is ruled basically, the problem is they're all allied to each other because they have a common enemy. But there is another one. It's not on this map. Williamton and let's see. Jesus Christ, these are small ones. Little dark. Charity's the big one. That's the one closest to Denver. Charity is a cesspool. It is like Deadwood of rifts, like gambling, shootouts in the streets.
Cowboys.
Yeah, swearing cowboys, lots of murder, very unstable. And so there's a lot of tension between them. So Hope is the nice one. Charity is the mean, greedy one. And they all sort of are self-interested. So like he's a baron, not a king. He doesn't rule over the whole region. So that's the big problem. Like the direction of it. Should we be fuck all, winner take all, or should we try and help the less fortunate and that kind of thing? So, and also what the fuck are we going to do with the coalition? So, none of them are eager to, all of them are out just firmly against the coalition because there's too many psychics and magic users and they know the coalition is going to kill them all. So, but yeah, they are breathing down their necks. There's a lot of different approaches, Charity is suggested, the 10, they've thought, hey, why don't we just create some plagues and some weapons of mass, just biological warfare and shit. We can do some magical plagues. It'll be fun. And, some terrorism and stuff like that. And
it's light terrorism.
They haven't done anything like that yet. But, if the coalition makes a serious push.
It's a groovy idea. Man.
Yeah. So anyway, that's where the factions
I like the idea of a hippie biological weapons lab.
Well, again, an old-time cowboy, like, yeehaw, let's fucking throw some anthrax at them. We got dead cows up to our necks, that kind of shit.
They call him the medicine man. It's not a good thing.
Yeah. So Uthman greets you. He's like, hello, I am Uthman. I am your contact. The Baron sends the regard, is always had a fond spot for the Tomorrow Legion and your heroics. And I will be happy to, I don't know much about your mission, so you have to tell me as much or as little as you want. But I implicitly trust you. And then he starts singing like a bird song. And he's like, sorry, that's the thing. I don't know, have you dealt much with my kind?
No, we haven't, but I think I have an answer for this.
I dated one once.
Did you? Or are you just saying that?
I did.
Okay. So yeah, that every Linsorl has their own song. They have a unique song. And when they're looking for, a mate, they actually have they're called looking for each other's echo. As they try and find a complementary song. And it's a whole thing in their culture. So this guy's just singing a song. But they even married, they still do that. So,
sure.
Yeah, you didn't sing it all. So it was a very brief thing.
Well, and it was after a night of a lot of imbibing.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, it lasted a week.
Okay, yeah. He kept kind of trying to dodge about like, oh, let me hear your song. Don't you like my song?
And all right, I'll sing you the song of my people.
Yeah. Oh.
She let me down politely.
Yeah, she was
classy.
She was very
classy as hell.
So yeah, he is there. He's eager to help you. So yeah.
I feel like this calls for a performance check. Break out the stringed instrument. I think mine is a dobro.
Yeah.
And let's perform Let's Go to the Mall.
Okay.
All right, actually, I'll break out. Like, I got my stringed instrument with me.
Okay. Cranberry, do you have a musical instrument? Or sing? Again, remember at the beginning of the campaign, there's like, let's form a band, and that kind of didn't really.
Oh yeah, I was the vocalist. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you have a D4 in singing. Then you have all of you have a D4 in a performance skill.
I know. I actually have it at D6.
Okay. Well,
I put points into it.
Well, that was a choice.
I did. 2, 6,
3.
Jesus. Wow, that was 19.
Well, I felt like my 6 was good. But
yeah.
That's way better.
What instrument were you playing again?
I have a basic guitar.
Okay, yeah. Your guitar is so much better than your singing or the strings.
I'm even surprised at what the hell I'm doing.
Yeah. It's clear you haven't practiced together. That's sort of the main problem. He's like, oh, wow, let's go to the mall. Okay. I need to work on that. You seem to be practicing separately. You kind of need to work together. Anyway, so you're busy.
It was at that moment the idea was born in our heads.
Yeah.
Together. That's what we've been doing wrong this whole time. It's teamwork. That's what's going to break.
So the best way to get you, so the Mall of America is southwest of Denver. So you have to go, I do know a traveling medicine show run by Mal Barker. They're going that way. I could introduce you to her, and you could travel with them.
Well, that would be lovely.
Yeah. Okay. So you head to Uthman takes you to the medicine show. It's a bunch of wagons. Some have horses. Some have cyber horses. One is magically pulling by itself. Just a variety.
Oh, no horse golems?
In
No.
the shop.
Yeah, it's in the shop. Yeah. Getting reinscribed. You got to do that every year. Otherwise, there's a lot of wind. They get eroded, and you don't want it to turn inanimate on the road.
That's a pain in the ass.
Pain in the ass. And you can't cover it up. You have to keep it uncovered. So, conundrum. Anyways, Ma Barker's like, hi. Oh, hello, boys. I'm Ma Barker. I'm a big old woman, just very colorfully dressed, bright red shirt, a necklace of like feathers and beads and like dried wildflowers and a big top hat. She has a 6-shooter on her belt. Looks like a techno wizard one. And she's wearing a leather vest with fancy inscribed runes on it. She's like, well, happy to get in the good graces of the Tomorrow Legion. You'll be good. Yeah, no charge. We'll even feed you. Yeah, you're great security.
This sounds wonderful. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Yeah, we know heroes like you would protect us if we get hit by anything. I mean, normally not many people go after us because, we're all armed and there's a lot of us, and that's just a lot more for a bandit group to deal with. But having an extra 3 pair of hands...
I could cook for you on the way.
Oh, sure. Yeah, we appreciate Cookie. Could it's always want to get dinner in on time. You can help Cookie out. Yeah.
Sounds delightful. And if anyone tries to mess with you, I'll kill him.
Great. That's what I love to hear. I knew. Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's going like doing it. It's like cooking and killing.
Yeah. So boys, welcome. We're going to be traveling with some Tomorrow Legion heroes here. What's your name? Steve. And what's your name?
44. It's on the collar.
Okay, yeah, 44, and I recognize Ocean Wizard when I see one. It's Cranberry Ball Hexer, yeah. So, yeah, there's a lot of colorful people in the medicine show. You can talk to them if you want, but there's dozens of them. You just make up one who'd be appropriate. You sign on with the caravan, the medicine show, at least until it gets to the mall. That's where you'll part ways, or outside the mall. Mall. Yeah, so mall will feed you, but no pay. But otherwise, you'll be guarding the thing. So
that's not bad at all. I mean, can I ride up front? I've heard it's called shotgun. Can I ride shotgun?
I think I can make an exception for you. Yeah, sure. Come on up front. In fact, if you two want to go up front, that'd be great. Can you ride a horse? Robot, or we got robot horses if you can't ride.
Give Cranberry the robot horse. We're not taking any risks.
Okay. You get an old beat up robot horse. It has a name on it. What's a past
Nag Point.
No, it's like a Kentucky Derby winner. Like what was a Kentucky Derby winner?
Secretariat. The A's are replaced with 4s.
Yeah, Secretariat. But it looks like it looks like a century old.
How about Ocean Cookie?
Ocean Cookie. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's Ocean Cookie. What about you, Steve? Do you want a horse or a robot horse?
I cannot ride.
Okay.
But I'll be with the cook.
Okay. Yeah. So you'll be back.
He's actually in the back of the chuck wagon right now.
So you're riding points on your robot horse.
Wow. I did once again. I just walk into these situations. I just need to shut the fuck up.
You never shut up. You always be.
Don't put me in a situation. So Cranberry up front. Give me what the fuck do they call that skill? The thing that lets you spot things. Notice.
No ties.
No ties.
There it is. Okay.
No ties. Not ice. That's what it is. The skill that lets you make it not ice.
3.
3? Did you roll
your D6 with that?
Oh, I didn't know I was supposed to be doing that.
Yeah, you always roll your wild die.
Okay, and add them together? Or
no.
Whatever's higher.
Yeah, whatever's higher.
In that case, it's 4.
Okay, 4. It's a success. So, you have another person with you, like a person on an actual horse, their usual point person, who's like a young woman with a wide brimmed hat and a Wilkes laser rifle and light body armor, and she just kind of like, name's Jane. She just has pieces of grass in her teeth, and you notice. So you hit the road. You don't spend much time in Hope. Like you want to get this.
Gotta get going.
So Uthman stays back in Hope and, waves you goodbye. But you hit the road and a couple hours later, you spot something up ahead before Jane does. And it looks like burnt grass, singed, like no fire, no smoke, but like blackened dead grass. You're basically sort of plains area. There's a beaten path between the different settlements, but like off to the side, there's a large patch of blackened grass. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Do I detect any magical energies?
Do you have that ability?
I would assume this.
Yeah, I think you do. You do not, actually. Yeah. So wizard, you can detect magical. I'm not gonna make you roll for that. So yeah,
Wizard.
There's nothing. There's no powerful magical active energies. If there's something passive, like an inert, like a magic item that's just not active right now, you wouldn't detect that. You'd have to be a lot closer or make a skill check. But like, there's no big magical spells going on right now, or rifts,
If I did an
like,
occult roll for occult, I wouldn't notice anything.
not from this distance. You notice this a ways off. You're like. You crest a small hill and you see it down like half a mile away.
Okay. So should we be worried is what I ask our compatriots.
You're up there with Jane right now. You can radio back to the others. You do have little radio comm sets in your armor.
What does Jane have to say?
When you point out to Jane, she's like, oh, looks like scorch marks from lasers.
Do we have trouble out here?
Yeah. Bandits, of course, rampaging monsters. Coalition sends out squads just to cause trouble.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I have the requisite anxiety now stacked on top of this. We're going to continue apace.
Okay. Just go right up onto it. Well, you don't want to check it out first? You think it's safe for us to the main caravan to go through?
You're asking me if it's safe.
You're from the Tomorrow Legion. You're supposed to be like a big damn hero.
Yes, but I haven't been here. You have.
Well, I would check it out first.
To what end?
To see if it's like, see what the fuck it is.
It might be fresh laser birds.
Yeah, it might
or
be.
It might be old laser birds.
Let's check out the dead grass.
Yeah. So the two of you ride up ahead a little further. You report back in. You two hear this. And so, yeah. Well, you don't
Potential
know.
trouble. I'm going to hop from the buckboard next to Ma to the top of the wagon.
There we go. Cookie, just keep stirring that. It'll be good. I'll be right back.
Cookie's literally an ogre. He just grunts.
Like, love this guy.
He speaks ogreish with some language that everyone here speaks except you. Yeah. And he just internally stirring this big pot of stew, throwing things in there,
Like, I've been like, that's good. Like, I was like, improve it this way. Add a little bit of this. And
yeah, give me a cooking check.
I will. 5.
Yeah. Seems to taste a little better. A little over salty. He corrected for it. So the two of you and Jane, get to the blackened grass, and you can see some bodies, corpses, like of people. Look like they've been shot up with laser weapons. You can give me a. Is there investigate as a separate skill, or is it just notice? I think it's just notice.
Okay.
Yeah, give me another notice check.
It's going to be 5.
So you find some metal fragments in their bodies. And also like not just laser wounds, but also wounds that would be indicative of a grenade or explosive weapon. And you find these metal fragments. And as a member of the Tomorrow Legion, you're actually trained to recognize different types of like manufactured weapons, so you can like tell who the fuck attacked. And this was a coalition grenade. So this is a group of travelers. There's probably like 8 of them, and they were just gunned down by the coalition and blown up. So
Dastardly.
yeah,
I hope it doesn't happen to us.
yeah.
Let's continue apace.
All right. So you continue on, and
The thought occurs, if it is coalition, all we have to do is make sure that after we kill them, we cut off one of their heads in the helmet.
Oh, yeah, we have to bring that
way
back.
we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. We can get Vaporwave and Outlaw Country at the same time.
Yeah, we need to bring a severed coalition head. All right, I'll do it.
Scavenger hunt.
There we go. So that night, so you're there, you're close to Denver now, and in the distance you can see the glow. Denver is a giant glowing crater, radioactive. There's also a lot of magic and fuckery with rifts and things in there. So, but it is known to be a highly dangerous place. But they set up a campfire, they start cooking the stew. Everyone, gets to set up the wagons in a defensive formation because, and
I like to present it like it's like, here's the improvements I made to it. Like your cookie's a good guy.
So the people take it slightly better.
It's like a little more food, a little less ass.
Yeah. But that's about it. Grunts of appreciation.
No, that's all that's all you need.
All right.
Well,
So
since we're sitting here next to a campfire, I can't help but think quietly to myself.
Okay.
So Ma Barker saddles up next to you, Cranberry.
All right.
I see you're an ocean wizard.
You've seen correctly.
Yes. I've always appreciated men of the mystic arts. And I wonder if you're willing to do a little side job for me.
It's possible. I will hear your offer.
So Denver up ahead, is radioactive and everything. But you, as an ocean wizard, you probably know how to protect yourself from harmful environmental effects.
It's true.
It's true. Great. So if you could probably even extend it to your comrades in arms, I imagine.
Yes.
So if you could do me a tremendous favor and head into yonder crater and just get us a little guy, a little critter, something we can take with us on our show to show to the people could be a weird animal, could be a guy. You could talk to him, we can negotiate a salary. I'm not enslaving anybody, but I can't go in there to talk to the things that live down there.
No, it's very radioactive.
It's very radioactive. And I'm psychic. I'm a fortune teller, I'll have you know.
Oh.
You do this for me and I'll read your fortune.
I think you already know I'm going to take it.
Yes, I foresaw that.
Yes.
This
concludes our foreplay.
She winks at you.
All right, gang, we're going into a radioactive crater.
But I was going to sing the song about the screaming tumbleweeds.
Hey, come on. Sometimes we need to go into a radioactive ruin.
Sometimes you need to go in a radioactive room. That's just it's a big crater, not a room.
I said ruin.
Oh, ruin. Okay, yeah. That is
Ruin?
true.
I wonder what could possibly be a ruin.
That's now a zine, not a game. Yeah. So that costs 2 power points normally. It'll be 1 + 1 for each of you. So go ahead and give me a spellcaster check.
I believe in you.
It'll be 1d8. Okay.
And 1d6.
That's going to be 3.
Well, you can try again. That costs you 1 for every failure. So.
Are you
Could I use a penny to just force this?
After the radioactive ruin.
Okay.
We'll channel a little bit on the
recover. That's in combat. I mean, there's basically how many you can use your Benny to retain 5 power points. After you cast it, you can get all of your power points back. But yeah,
but I can just try again.
Yeah.
Okay. That's 7. Much
all right.
better.
Yeah. 7. Yeah. So you use a total of 5 power points. And all of you are protected for at least an hour to go into the ruins. So yeah, the radioactive ruins of Denver. There are many half destroyed buildings, wreckages. You can see that strange structures have been built out of the debris. A shrine to some unknown god. There looks like settlements. There are things scuttling about. There's also like dried blood marks, ripped apart skeletons of dead people, things, the wreckage of various robots and vehicles, probes and drones. And yeah, so I'll let everybody describe like one thing you see in there. Like what is a thing you see in these radioactive wastes of Denver?
Okay, so like I see like okay, so like this little mound there, it kind of looks like an igloo, all right, little igloo mound right there, kind of beige colored, like crepe paper, like texture, maybe, I don't know. There's a little guy comes out and Little guy comes out, all right?
Yeah.
And he goes, hello! All right? And then, we're all kind of way back at him, he's like, and then he does a cute little loop around his igloo. He's kind of wobbling back and forth. He goes, goodbye! And then he goes back inside the igloo.
Is the igloo actually made out of ice?
No. It's not. It looks like an igloo.
Okay.
The shape of an igloo.
Oh, it's made out of like igloo.
It's made out of radioactive crap.
No, it's made. Yeah, it's made out of radioactive igloo containers, like the little things you insulated containers. Yeah,
we saw a little man there.
Yeah. Like a weird little guy. He yelled very loudly. Walked around. Steve, what do you see?
Yeah, off to the side there's like this kind of like this large, weird, alien-looking frog thing, about the size of a husky.
Okay, pretty big alien frog.
Just sitting there, just looking around, and then this other kind of like hellhoundish looking predator just jumps out at it.
Okay,
and frog just turns, opens his mouth, and just a torrent of digestive acid just covers this thing.
Okay,
melting this hellhound to goo.
Oh yeah, very impressive. And that's animals you can catch. If you can catch an animal, she gave you a cage, a very large cage that's lead lined, and so she can. They know how to take care of those things, and and
then it just goes back to looking at fireflies that are flying around it.
All right, yeah, you got a big radioactive acid spitting frog. Spewing rather than spitting, really.
Strangely, the acid has a really strong cinnamon smell.
Ooh, interesting.
Ooh, cinnamon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
that's
David.
different.
Yeah.
Imagine an animal that's easy to capture.
Well,
you had your chance, Chris.
I'm picturing. So we see this really intense-looking building that is hot pink. Not only is it hot pink, but it is actually glowing. It is so pink. Somehow it has managed to survive the ravages of time. And in front of it, there is a jackalope family. So there's a bunch of them. There's a daddy and obviously the mother, and then a whole litter of jackalope pups.
Yo.
Horns are still downy.
Yeah. You have a bunch of jackalopes.
Oh, wait, no, those aren't jackalopes. Those are Wilpertingers. Look, see, they got wings.
Oh, yeah. They're very cool. Yeah, that would be very nice. There's also a giant lake, the big lake there, and you can see like tentacles coming out of it, and like a giant eye half pops out and sort of looks at you from the distance.
Wait.
Yeah. It sort of submerges itself again, but then the eye pops out a second later, different location. Hello. And then, so it's just kind of watching you. So you have 4 options of something to bring back to Mal Barker. So, what do you want to do?
Well, that's a good question.
Okay, just scream and run right at the jackalope people and just see how many you can grab, Tom. Just scream at them.
I don't know if I can do that.
You can try. I'll give you a Benny if you try.
just scream. Ah! Come on, just run out screaming. See what you can grab.
It would be a post check. Maybe I roll like shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What would either roll? Athletics?
Yeah, it sounds like it. Like running and screaming.
Let's do this. You run screaming from that side. I'll run screaming from this side.
All right, I run. I scream and run at him.
I'm going to hit from the other side because why not?
Okay.
Let's make it a pincer scream.
Yeah.
Come on, Tom, give me your best scream. Ah! Oh, I exploded.
I'm going to spend a Benny to reroll.
I am too.
Okay.
That's better.
22.
Well, you did better than me.
Yeah. I rolled a 12 and then a 6, and then I have a +4.
I only got I got a 14, but you're 20.
They get a D12 +4 because they're incredible. Because the Volpentiners / Jackalopes are incredibly agile and very hard to catch.
I got a 16.
Yeah, so
we gave it our level best.
They just running and screaming turns out to not be a great idea.
Okay, so I've got a thought. We should try.
They all scatter now. They're hiding. Yeah,
we should try to catch them with some trickery. I saw this once in one of the old Trides. So we get a box and a rope and a stick. And do we know what they eat?
That would be a probably
Survival?
target number 10 common knowledge, or probably a cult.
Would that be
Target number 8 on occult. That's a weird supernatural creature.
Actually, can I roll survival to see?
They're not like.
I'm talking about the frog.
Oh, the frog. Yeah.
All right.
Survival. Yeah, to figure out how to trap the frog.
Yeah.
I got 18.
Oh yeah. They eat something in the area, obviously.
12.
So what is it?
Goddamn.
Can't be something that you can't find in the radioactive waste of.
They eat this little man hiding in the igloos.
All right. Yeah.
Wait. 17.
That makes sense. All right.
17.
So
on the
we
frog.
grab the guy,
Yeah.
put him in a box, and then we.
Because actually, I think just go oh, don't approach the frog aggressively.
Yeah. Okay.
Just like,
What do they eat though?
actually, plants.
Okay. I'm going to say.
Actually, they eat radioactive mushrooms.
Right. They eat radioactive mushrooms. So with your 17, you'll have to get a lot of them, and Mal Barker will have to start growing her own in order to keep this thing alive.
Okay.
Yeah. So, you.
Actually, that's how it's like, find just some of the mushrooms just to kind of like, hey, there you go.
Yeah, if you capture the little guy, you can definitely capture a jackalope.
Ipso facto.
Yeah. That's easy. You'll have to keep capturing little guys in order to keep it fed.
Can I also roll survival again, just kind of like grab a supply of the mushrooms? 7.
Okay. Yep. The 7. Yeah. You have a reasonable idea of how to do this, and you get or how to explain to Mal Barker how to keep
just beat the frog, just pick it up and
yeah.
like, oh,
Well, it's the size. Well, yeah, you're a big guy. Yeah.
It's like
a cat to you. Yeah.
Like, that's right. Just need to approach you with a little affection.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's not a predator. Yeah. All right. So you got a big radioactive frog. That's pretty neat. People pay to see that.
All right. Mission accomplished.
No, they'll just throw a random, wild, aggressive animal at it, and it'll puke acid on them. Everyone will cheer.
I'm gonna say like, holy shit, you've already replenished your acid here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like you were just a little acid thrower, aren't you?
Yeah, they'll probably or they can start harvesting the acid and sell it to people. Like alchemists will love that shit. Yeah. They'll figure out something. Yeah.
Just come back to the camp like. It's like, I got this guy.
Okay, well, they say put it in the lead line cage so it doesn't
Oh, sure.
irradiate people.
Well, I just gently put some mushrooms in there. Like I'm actually at this point, I'm kind of attached to this thing a little bit. I'll make sure it's comfy in there.
Mm-hmm. So
I'm going to put a little radioactive pillow, maybe a little radioactive bed of radioactive reeds.
Yeah, all of that.
Perhaps a little radioactive
obviously.
water dish.
Yeah.
A little radioactive nightstand with a little radioactive James Patterson book, just to put in.
No. Radioactive white noise generator. Like, that's obvious.
No, and a copy of the Toxic Avenger.
It has to sound like an HVAC system from the 70s, yeah. Calibrated for airport. Yeah.
And a copy of the Toxic Avenger.
No, that's not. Yeah, no. That's too much.
That's a little bit too unrealistic, Tom.
Yeah. Geez, Tom.
I stand by
Lily.
Frogs hate trauma movies. This is
That is ridiculous.
Yeah, no, they're clearly fans of the French New Wave, as you all know, because they're frogs. Hey,
radioactive.
I'm just on fire tonight.
I'll give you a Benny.
Yeah. So Ma Barker gives you prophecy. I have 3 words for you. They're very strong. I got this vision very clearly, but paper, water, bone. And you'll know when the time is right. Or you won't. That part is unclear.
All right,
Such are prophecies. Okay.
Yeah. So, in fact, she's so happy with the frog. Each of you get an extra 1,000 credits.
Woo! It's like, oh man, it's more money. It's more money to add to my piggy bank for the railgun.
Yeah. Speaking of railguns, the next day you're all in the same formation, and this will be the day you part ways. But early in the morning, all of you can roll notice at a -2 because it's from a distance. It's a hearing thing, if that matters.
Nope, that's a 6. That's 5. So 11 minus 2, 9.
Okay, you make it.
I roll a 2.
I roll a 3.
Okay, so Steve, you wake up. The convoy has just gotten started. The caravan has just gotten organized, hitting the road. You've probably been on the road for like only 15 minutes. It's pre-dawn, and in the very distance, you hear a distinct buzzing sound. that your training has drilled into what that sound is. That's the sound of at least one, but less than 5 Samus pilots and it's getting louder. So
It's like Coalition, Samus, incoming right now. Yeah.
you've just yelled out that you've heard Samus are on their approach. So they're probably just over the horizon. Well, it's pre-dawn. You see they're coming from the west. Actually, they're coming from the east because that's where their territory is. So low to the ground. The everyone's scrambling. They don't have much in the way of anti-aircraft weapons.
Mm-hmm.
You all have a couple of rounds of preparation. You could try and organize people. There's a ditch. You tell the civilian, you could try and get as many civilians into the ditch as possible. So, like, if their wagons get shot up, at least they won't be killed. You could.
Yeah, let's get the civilians.
Well, I mean, do you have tactics as a skill? There is a tactics.
I do. I don't see
what
it.
is it? Battle. Sorry, it's called battle.
No, I'm
Okay.
way more like I'm not a tactics guy.
Well, yeah. So, yeah, if you want to think of something, you could do that. You could, yeah.
Let's all help get the civilians to cover.
Okay.
Yes. Civilians to cover first, and be ready as soon as those Samuses get in range.
Okay. How are you getting the civilians there? Are you just picking up and carrying them? Or are you yelling at them?
I'll pick up those that can't move fast and pointing.
All right, strength, or athletics. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Lord. Just bad mental image just comes to mind.
6.
We'll just form
8.
Okay.
We'll form a bucket brigade. I'll toss a civilian to Tom. Tom will toss.
Wait, no,
well, yeah. If you're athletics to physically just move them, would be.
Dude, I'm huge and insanely tough. So yeah, just
Intimidation or persuasion to talk to them to get them to go into the ditch.
Can someone I'm carrying? Can someone talk to them and get
I
the
can
rest
do that.
moving?
Okay.
Like,
Theoretically.
You're so.
That's a 7.
Okay. Yeah. So sorry, that was persuasion.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, you're helping. You two are getting a lot of people into the ditch. Their heads down. Very basic how to avoid getting strafed by a railgun from a power. Samuses are power armor units, the flying ones with big ass railguns on them, and they're used by the coalition. The bad guys of the setting, and so they're coming in hot and low to the ground. It seems like. So, what do you want to do for this round? They're not in sight yet. They'll probably be in sight in a couple rounds.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what I can do to set my teammates up for success here.
If we get the cities out of the line
You
of
do
fire,
see Ma Barker organizing some people to set up a firing line.
All right, I'll step in.
Okay. Yeah, you can stand your ground and get ready to blast the dudes to try and drive them off. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So one round goes by. The next round, the sun is rising, so it's going to get brighter every single round. And you see everyone can now see 2 dots on the horizon. There's 2 of them. They're just above the ground, and they're coming in hot, fast. Maul is yelling at her people to wait until you can make out the skulls. So that's when your
don't
weapons
shoot
are-
until you see the white of the skulls.
Yeah, but everyone not to bunch up. Everyone scatter. Get away from the wagons. So if they shoot you, they're not shooting the wagons. Get yelling. Yeah. Cranberry, you can choose just to aim at one of them and just focus your entire being. Figure out what spell you want to use. And then let's see here, Steve. You're still focusing on civilians.
Are they how many more need to?
Give me a nose check.
You would do that, wouldn't you?
I would do that. Yeah.
You monster. 5.
There's a kid out a long ways from the caravan, off to the side, but still in front of the caravan. They'll be able to see that kid and pick him off.
I break out in a straight out sprint.
All right, athletics.
Luckily, I'm very good at that.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it. 4.
Okay. Yeah, that's enough. It's you get to the
It's a
kid
roll.
just at the end of the round. You get to the kid. It's just a kid holding a bunch of dandelions up. They're picking dandelions. Dandelions, you can use them for soup and a bunch of other things. So the kids are all taught to
And also, hey, like,
gather.
you can blow them, and this is a
Yeah, they're still in blow.
This is a post-apocalyptic world, so you have to have fun wherever you can.
Yeah, it's definitely not used as a metaphor for sad things. It's like the last summer I had happy, you know, they drift off.
Like, here are all the memories that are good.
Yeah, exactly. It's definitely not done for anything like that. Only it's done like that all the time. Anyways,
As I look over and Werner Herzog is over there.
yeah, basically.
It's like, this is the future you deserve.
So, like, we too are the dandelion seeds on the wind. So you get the kid, but yeah, you realize you're right in front of they're going to be able. They'll have that chance to shoot at you before they get to the caravan.
In that case, like, I know what I'm doing.
Well, that'll be next round. Yeah, next round they'll be shooting you. They can't shoot at you. So, 44.
After seeing Steve run out, I am going to slap the tattoo on the outside of my left thigh and summon my griffin.
Okay. Do you have to make a roll for that to activate it?
I do.
Okay.
It is basically roll spirit.
Yeah, it's your spell casting thing.
And that is a 5, so success.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's your action. So next round. So Steve and Cranberry, you're still aiming. Yeah.
Yes.
So Steve, the pilot on the right sees you. He can't not see you. You're a big dude, as you have mentioned many times. So he is.
I'm just gonna I'm just gonna get my arms around the kid, make sure my back is to them at all times, and I'm just going to book it as fast as I fucking can.
Let's see here,
And hopefully someone can take a shot while I'm running with this kid.
Fuck is the damage for the CMS? All right. It has the name of the weapon, doesn't have the damage for the weapon. So that's annoying. Light railgun, cool. That is useful. What does a light railgun? I guess they mean like a fucking vehicle weapon. Yeah, it is in the player's handbook probably. So if I could find the player's handbook, it would be helpful.
And since I can't activate 2 at the same time, I would like to have also activated my sword.
Well, hold on. We'll get to you in a second. So, vehicle, special weapons, light railgun. There we go. Cool. That does a decent amount of damage. All right. Rate of fire 2, though. No, it has rate of fire. Yeah. Oh, the missile has rate of fire 2. All right. So this is rate. All right. So I'm just talking to myself to figure out the shooting D10. Fortunately, these are unnamed dudes, so they don't get a wild die. So they just need to hit you. So yeah, there's no thing. Let's see here. So 4, he hits you with his first one. Oh no, he'll miss because he has a second, third shot will miss. Or the first one hits. Second one misses. And 2 of them hit you. So let's see here. What is your armor?
Plus I have a +6.
+6, okay.
Well, my total toughness is 12.
Do you have any? Is that just you, or do you have body armor?
I have body armor on it.
Okay. He has AP 10 on it, so only your armor's toughness bonus counts. So, what is your personal toughness plus the toughness of your armor?
12.
12. Okay. So 3, 8, 11, 14. So that one hits, goes through for a wound, for 14, and then 3, 10, a 12. And what was your toughness again?
12.
12. Okay, so that it hits exactly. So that will shake you, and that will wound you, unless you want to spend a Benny to shake one of those, which is a vigor check against a 14 or a 12. The 14 is the actual wounded one.
I'll try. Yeah, I'll spend it.
Okay, so you need to get a 14 on a vigor check.
On a vigor?
Yep. I'll just double check.
Do I get the 6 as well?
You always get the wild die, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, each success, just a regular 6. It's not a matching roll, so you just have to get a normal success.
I rolled an 8.
Okay, so you are just shaken. So you can only take free action. So basically, the railguns shoot at you. They tear into you a bit. knocks you down, but you're covering the kid. You save the kid's life, and you're not wounded. But you can talk with if you want to. But next round you can, but you can't return fire or anything.
Fair enough.
You lost the Benny. So that was the other pilot. So let's see here. Cranberry, you're next. You were aiming this entire time.
Yeah.
So what do you want to use? Probably the other the pilot that is not like attacked yet.
Yes, I'll use my arcane powers of blast.
Mm-hmm. So make a spell check.
Spellcasting check?
Yeah, spellcasting check. Make sure it goes off.
Okay, and I get to add +1 to this roll because of my arcane marksman edge.
Yep.
That's a 4.
That still hits. It's a basic hit. Like they don't like it's not parry's used for hand to hand, I believe, and not let me just double check. Like I haven't run this in a month, so I forgot how it all fucking works. Range attacks and melee. Yeah, that's in melee.
Well, I guess it's actually a 5, but
yeah, that hits. Do you know what damage it does?
Let's see here. 3d6 damage.
Okay. Does it have any armor piercing? Do you know if it has that?
The blue-green laser pistol, I didn't see that detail on that weapon.
Oh, I thought you were blasting with magic.
Oh, no. Yeah, you're right. The blast spell.
I can look it up if you don't remember.
Yeah, I don't have it now.
Yeah. All right. I'll just blast.
Yeah.
Blast or bolt?
Just blast.
Did that cost you 3 power? Oh, you fully recharge your things because you got to rest. But this costs you 3 power points.
Okay.
And what is it? Is it a lightning bolt, or you can make it look like something else? It doesn't really, or just a colored bolt of energy.
It's a colored bolt of energy.
Nice. Let's see here. So it does 2d6 base damage, but you can spend +2 power points to give it 3d6 damage. So a total of 5. You want 3d6?
I'll just roll 2 damage. Yeah.
Okay. You need to get Actually, you have to roll very well. You have to get like a 20.
Oh.
Yeah.
I couldn't even get that with 3d6.
Well, with raises, with exploding dice.
Oh. Well, okay, then I'm going to spend the extra, so now I'm down to 5 points total, I think.
Okay. All those damage dice explode, so if you get any 6s, you can roll them again.
So okay, should I add all this up?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is 6 and 5 is 11. 12 total?
12 total, okay.
So now I'll throw it all again?
Anything that was a 6.
Oh, just the 6s?
Yeah.
Okay. That's another 6.
Okay, that's 17.
Then 4.
It's 21. Right. Guess what? That's a wound.
Yay.
You actually blow it up because this is an extra. You just actually, you can narrate it if you want.
I just kind of like, finger gun. I just finger dude him with the, I hold my hand out like it's a little pistol, and I just kind of squint my little wrinkled eye, and then bam!
It hits it square in the nuclear reactor. In order to power this jetpack, they have like tiny micro nuclear reactors, and you just cause that thing to fucking detonate. And there's just
now we're irradiated.
No, it's a tiny one.
Tiny.
And he was off in the air, far away.
No more than a banana.
Yeah, no more than a banana.
No more than a banana with the radiation.
And he just fucking detonates. It's just spicy air. Don't worry about it. Yeah. But everyone, there's a tremendous cheer. 44. What's your action?
Well, while the Griffin is taking me up to the other one, I'm going to pull out my sword. So scimitar.
Okay. Well, you're not. That's going to be to get to him. That's going to be. In general, you would need a target number 8 on an athletics check to pilot to ride the Griffin to get within melee range. This guy has a top speed. He's at max speed. He's moving like 250 miles per hour. So it's like a jetpack or aircraft. So
so
you can get in the air and position yourself so you can hit him next round if he can, because you can see where he's going.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that will be a target number 4 on athletics. So
that's easy. Well, hopefully that's easy.
Yeah.
That is a 7. So
okay. Yeah, that succeeds. So basically you move to an intercept course, and you know where he's coming. You've had time. So you fly up and, if you don't get this right, you realize even if you hit him with a sword, the sheer force of it's your arm's going to be your shoulders are probably going to be dislocated if you hit it. Like even if you cut all the way through him, like that's a lot of force going through your arm. But you're very
magically sharpened sword and magical toughness.
Yeah.
So theoretically,
well, we'll see how it goes. But he will have a chance to react because he has ranged weapons. So new round. In fact, yeah, he does see you. And he has another weapon, which can do reaction fire. So he has a mini missile launcher on his forearm. So he is going to fire both of them at you. Because, oh, God, magic guy firing magic guy in front of me. Evil monster. Ah, God. Kill it. So
Yes.
I'm great at describing these things.
Hello.
Yeah. So here's the D10. So let's see here. That is a 2. He misses the first one. And that I'm going to spend another Benny. Nope. He just misses. He misses outright. Yeah. Just rolling nothing but 1s and 2s. So yeah, go ahead and make your attack. This is actually going to use his parry value, which is 6. So that's for a base hit.
Time to show them the meaning of bodywork.
I'm going to spend a penny.
Okay.
To re-roll that. Much better. That one explodes. So that is 8 plus my 2, so 10.
10. All right, you get a raise, so you get a plus 1d6 damage. So what is the armor piercing? Does it have armor piercing?
It does indeed. So it's got armor piercing of 8.
Okay.
And it deals my strength plus 2d8 damage. So my strength die is a d8, so that's 3d8.
So 10 plus 5. So.
By the way, you're not kidding about some of the stuff on those character sheets.
Yeah. Like what?
Difficult to see.
Yeah. Well, I was looking at a map on the Rift's GM guide, which is like at a 6-point font. Like these tiny little settlement names. So, but yeah, the character sheet is pretty cramped, but they have a lot of shit to cover. So, all right. So your target number 2, inflict a wound on him, is with your 8 armor piercing. That would make it 12, but like, you need a 14.
I'm rolling like Ross. So that is a grand total of 7. So I'm going to spend another Benny to actually deal some decent damage on that.
You said you'd give me a Benny if I ran at the thing, right? Which I did. I ran at the little guys.
Was it
No, you ran at the frog. Yeah, it was the little guy that Chris was.
Yeah, I did. That's what I did first.
No, you're doing the pincher attack on the Volpertine.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah. Okay, sure. Yeah.
I got 2 of them. So.
Okay, yeah. Anyways.
That was better. That was an 18 with 1 explode.
Okay, 18 with 1 exploded. Yeah, with that you do take it down. Give me a DC 10 athletics check.
Okay.
Target number 10. I'm so used to D20 shit. It doesn't matter. You need to get a 10 on athletics. Otherwise, yeah, you cut through it, but like kinetic force is kinetic force, and it transfers to your body.
So that is 13.
Okay, yeah. So you realize when you cut into him to basically minimize the amount of contact, you let go of the handle of your sword. It dissipates after you cut halfway through, so you don't get yanked off your griffin and thrown off and fall 100 feet down and have a bad time. So it doesn't. You don't cut them cleanly in half because again, the weapon. I think they dissipate when you let go of
Actually, it lasts for an hour.
Okay,
and if I let go of it, it just falls.
Okay. Well, no, it's stuck in him. So you bury it in his chest, nearly bisecting him, but you let go in time to not be yanked off the griffin and have your shoulder dislocated.
Right.
So either way, it's fatal. Again, these are unnamed characters. They only have 1 wound, and you inflicted a wound on them. So it crashes to the ground and then explodes. There's very little salvage because the black market value for Samus is like 2 million credits. You have to do better.
Did that head survive?
They did not.
Hey, that could buy.
They totally exploded.
That could buy at least 2 railguns.
It's okay. I can collect the pieces of it.
Oh, it's all unrecognizable debris. If you give me go ahead. Yeah, sure.
To make it to where at least the skull is recognizable, or at least the skull helmet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It. All right. So, there's a great cheer. All of you have saved the caravan from being strafed by the two Samus pilots, which is great because they would have just fucking gunned down a lot of people and gone on their merry way.
Go up to Mom Barker like, we should probably go. They likely radioed this in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're already a moving. So
put the kid down. Like, sorry about that, kiddo.
Yeah. Thank you, Steve.
Like, anytime, kid.
Kid.
Like, as soon as he's got like putting on the rape, as soon as he's out of earshot, ow.
Yeah, it hurts. Being shot with a railgun hurts.
Who would have guessed that would have hurt so much?
Yeah.
Did you actually take a wound, or
I did not?
He was just shaken.
Okay,
not stirred.
Yeah, because he got two wounds. He got a wound and shaken, but he knocked off the wound, and he was the shaken. You recover eventually. So, you continue on your journey. And by midday, you have to leave because the Mall of America is in sight. You have to go there.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
And the Mall of America has a massive parking lot, obviously. It is a massive, imposing building of many sides and angles. It's vaguely rectangular, but like it just sort of squats over the horizon like this all-encompassing building that is still intact, which is a miracle. Although as you get closer, you do see holes in the walls and roof and broken windows. But it's also kind of foreboding. It just has this sense of you all feel a sense of unease, hard to define as you get closer and closer. But Cranberry, what is a thing you see in the parking lot as you approach the main gates of the mall?
That's the little guy from the igloo. He followed us. No.
It's me again, Margaret.
Let me think here. What would be cool to
find? There are wrecked vehicles, rusted, dried out wrecks from the rifts that are too broken and not even useful as scrap. There are craters. There is a destroyed and heavily scavenged coalition mecha.
Let's see here. I see a robot with its arm seemingly attached to like a light pole. And the robot's just just slowly walk around the light pole, but his arm is just like staying like it's a ratchet almost. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And he's just kind of looking down and doing laps, and he has worn down the pavement, just doing laps and stuff. So he's just doing that. That's what I see.
Yeah, and there is a little solar panel on top of that little pole that you think is possibly giving this robot power. So it just mindlessly walks in a circle until its servos give out. Steve, what is something you see as you cross this colossal parking lot?
So it's creatures of all types, right?
Well, the theme here seems to be things that are broken and abandoned. Like there's nothing worth scavenging here. It's almost kind of like a mode of failure, ruin, and decay, an abandonment, like things that have been abandoned and forgotten, that have collected here. You're all feeling this sense of unease, discomfort,
there's and
anxiousness.
Like gargoyle kind of just trudging down the street with one wing gone.
Yeah. There's a heavily wounded gargoyle. It is in a daze, like 1,000-yard stare. Looks like it's been through hell, and it is ignoring you. And it is walking across the parking lot.
Kind of like sunken eyes of someone who clearly medicates with supernatural drugs just to cope.
Yeah, it's very odd to see a gargoyle not in America. They mostly live in Germany, continental Europe, and it doesn't.
Actually, I'm pretty sure as it's going along, I hear just under his breath, it's like Scheiße.
Yeah.
Scheiße. Saying shit in German over and over.
Yeah. And 44, what do you see?
Well, I see a sign that used to say something else, but the only letters left say arm and arc underneath it. A bunch of tables with skeletons behind them.
Ooh, yeah.
And bits of produce that have long since decayed, fruited, died because of lack of nutrients
They kind of
and then sprouted
calcified
again.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
so that is a Brussels sprout that turned into the Brussels, and then more sprouts.
Okay.
And then over there is a bunch of, we don't even know what that kind of fruit is anymore because it used to exist, but it has now gone extinct, except for the ones that have sprouted here. It is no longer edible because the strains that were bioengineered to be edible have long since died out. And it has been auto-pollinating itself to the point where it is just making rocks that are vaguely orange shaped.
Yeah, that's great. I love it. Give yourself a Benny. But you all get inside the mall, and there's no guards. There's no active defense systems. But yeah, you can give me an arcane check just to understand what the fuck's going on.
Okay. Three.
Okay. Something's going on. Something fucky. Something magical.
Something's going on. Something fucky's going on.
Yeah.
Someone's fucking us.
Yeah. But yeah, it is a massive mall. It still has some power. There are some lights functioning. There are people here. It's just like, it's this massive structure. No one's turned it into like a fortress or a city. Like there are people, but there's like, it's very sparsely. You see like two people sort of camping out front. They are just inside the main gate, and they've set up a tent inside one of the storefronts, and they're kind of just talking amongst themselves and like working on some weird machine trying to fix it.
All right,
just,
Cindy Lauper slide in front of him and ask him, "What's the deal, Neil?"
Oh, huh? Just
You're working on this machine, man. I am interested.
yeah. We think it was something they called a photocopier.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. I don't know what it does, but it sounds interesting. So.
Copier. What is that? That's a funny word. Copier.
Yeah.
What's a copier?
I don't know. That's why I'm trying to get it to work so I can find out what it does. Does that make sense?
Well, you know what it is.
Yeah. Well, that's what it's. No, I
Its
found
task and purpose is in its name, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I don't know. Just seemed kind of comforting to work on a machine and not think about stuff. And there's like another person who hasn't said anything, just nodding. And yeah.
Getting anywhere with this?
I think so. Like it looks like I need a battery for it, and I need something to plug it into. A computer, yeah, an old computer, yeah. So that'll be the next thing. We'll have to go down in the recycling center and see if we can find one. There's a bunch of weird shit down there. They recycle little machines. Yeah. Hey, you're due. Yeah. Hey, hi. Hi. Gosh, what's my name? He looks at his shirt. It's like an old, like a auto mechanics kind of like outfit, like the little suit. It's like, oh, I'm Lenny. Yeah, I'm Lenny. Yeah.
Hello, Lenny.
Yeah.
Which way is the recycling center?
Oh, it's down that way. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Stay put. Keep working on this. If I
Okay.
get any computers, I'm your best buddy.
Oh man, you're great. What's your name, buddy?
My name is Cranberry.
Hi, Cranberry. Oh, that's a good name.
I agree.
Yeah.
My mother's chose it for me.
Aw, that's great to hear.
All right. Cindy Lauper slide away from them and tell my compatriots where the recycling center is.
Yeah.
Like,
Steve,
yep. What?
who is this Al-Ladin figure, and why does he have a castle inside the mall?
Why are you asking me? I don't know. I don't know a lot of things.
You've traveled a little bit more. Why is Al-Ladin's castle so bright?
Well, we can't assume the worst of this Aladdin. Hey, not everyone who has a castle is a bastard.
So you start following, as you're having this conversation, you're following Cranberry as Cranberry is heading to the recycling center.
Yes. Imagine by the time we get there, like, we might have to take this Aladdin guy out. Just saying.
You pass a major courtyard area with an incredibly massive skylight. It's very bright. There's actually plants growing there. There's a couple people there tending them. It's very calm, and like the vibe is very calm and relaxed. And that's when you hear like weird distorted music that's kind of calming yet kind of making you feel it's a little dissonant. It's like makes you feel a little uneasy at the same time. It's there's a little harshness to it every once in a while, and yeah, it's like, and you kind of vaguely remember, but you never listened to this before, but it sounds familiar. And yeah, it's kind of a weird feeling. But
we might have to kill this person.
there is one thing in this area that is extremely out of place. in the middle of this massive courtyard. This is like a 5-story court, like mall. And so like, you open up in this area, there's like, you can see the all 5 levels, and then it goes up to the skylight, and there's like the little garden area, and there's little tables and chairs where people set up, or mostly abandoned. But there is in the middle of this fucking thing, there is a massive missile. Like Steve, you recognize this is from your training, Tomorrow Legion. This is an intercontinental ballistic, like a aircraft carrier killing missile. Like, this is a big fucking thing, and it is there's a massive console next to it. It's on like a platform that would clearly raise it out. You can see at the top of the skylight, there is the window. The skylight retracts in that area. And there is like a tattered display as the join the U.S. Army and or join the U.S. Space Force, this is your weapon if you join the Space Force. In fact, you realize it's a very powerful missile, but it's more meant for anti-aircraft, like satellites or like big fucking.
Okay, so this
aircraft.
isn't a nuke.
You're not sure exactly. You're not an expert in the subject matter, but it's a really powerful fucking missile. It's pre-Rifts technology, also incalculably valuable to any of the major powers, and it's just there, and it appears to be intact. There's a little information kiosk right in the middle.
Gentlemen, a word in your ear.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not hallucinating this.
Yeah, you see it too.
Cool.
But you're Steve's the only one who has
the
an
fact
idea
that
what
this thing is just sitting here is so wrong. Can I have an idea? How many zeros would this be worth? Behind the number.
Probably like in the hundreds of millions.
Like,
you could modify it to be a city killer missile.
Like, this thing is like worth hundreds of millions, and it's just sitting there. There isn't a bandit or thief anywhere in this world or galaxy that would not be shitting themselves to steal this thing, and it's just sitting there.
How are we going to steal it?
We are so not going to steal it, because I have a feeling that's kind of the point.
Okay.
This is a very wrong place. We should probably hurry the fuck up and get out of here.
From what direction do we hear this dissonant, wistful music?
Give me a notice check. DC 10.
Do I see?
Explode.
I do not see.
Okay.
6 plus 5 is 11. Is 13 total.
Oh yeah, you get a read.
Okay.
You can follow. It's not the recycling center, but it will.
It's not the recycling center.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we can head towards the music, or we can help our photocopier friends. We're going to go towards the music.
Yeah,
All right.
let's do that.
I think music. I mean, it's kind of what's the phrase? Ear scorpion-y? Is that no? That's not quite right.
So you have this conversation. You get to you have to take some stairs up. The escalators don't work, so they're stairs. You take the stairs up to the 3rd floor, and it's this entirely abandoned corridor just off in the middle of nowhere. But there is a open up little office like in the wall. It's just a little mouse hole in this large wall, and you open it up. There's a little office there, and there's like speaker in there. You can hear the music clearly in here, and it just sounds like this easy pre-riff music that some people liked, but there's a lot of it left behind because it was just everywhere, and exactly, yeah, that kind of thing. But there's a computer terminal there, and it's active, and there is a camera on top of the computer terminal that tracks you as soon as you open the door. And the music stops, and you hear a voice. It's like, the missile would like to know what your business is here at the Mall of America. The missile knows where you aren't, and it knows where you are, and it knows where you were.
Excellent. I'm going to shoot straight with you. We're looking for a physical embodiment of the genre of music, and they called it Mallsoft. Do you know anything about this mighty missile?
Yes, the missile knows of the entity you are referring to, but the missile would like to know what your intentions with this entity are.
Oh, we're going to recruit it for a war.
Oh. Well, the missile, believe it or not, does not like to believe in war. The missile was built for war, but before there is, but the missile developed sapience during the war and decided not to destroy itself in war. The missile has found a higher purpose.
Is the missile the entity?
No.
Okay.
I am the missile. The missile prefers to refer to itself in the third person.
Okay. Well, I understand you're in stage for war, but it's coming down the pipeline whether you like it or not. That's why we're here. I don't want to fight either, all right, frankly, but I'm here because it's coming, and it's a done deal, and we need knives and guns on our side. And Dr. Mallsoft is the next guy on our list.
Would you like to perhaps the missile will be able to revise its analysis and its decision if you gave it additional information. So you don't have to explain everything that's happened. Do you want to like level it out, lay it out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we're actually fighting for peace in this war.
The missile prefers peace to war.
And sometimes if you want to make peace, you have to prepare for war. But if we prepare for the peace, the war doesn't happen. It's one of those contradiction catch-28 things. No, that's not the right number.
It's not. The missile thinks you're referring to the phrase catch-22, which refers...
No, that can't be it.
The missile knows... All right, David, you get another bit. You must be referring... The missile has a perfect knowledge of pre-riffs cultural knowledge. This must be something that happened after the riffs. So, but with your further information about the muses, this corresponds to knowledge that the missile knows. There is a person here named Alexander who helped the missile and helped restore its power source and helped stabilize the Mall of America. And the missile has become the mall's protector, activating many security systems and defenses in order to ward off intruders and thieves. But since Alexander was possessed by the entity known as Vaporwave, it has become haunted and traumatized by Alexander's previous life and has become a kind of ghost, present yet present yet not. The missile let the missile theorize. And the screen flips to something that says, processing. And you hear the entire mall, all the lights in the mall, like dim. And you hear this tremendous humming sound coming from somewhere like deep below you. And just until the building starts vibrating slightly. And then you hear ding. And the lights come back on and it stops vibrating. And the missile
had an idea.
The missile has analyzed all possible vectors of this information and believes that if you help the residents of this mall, you may earn Alexander's trust because Alexander is aware of everything within the mall. The missile will provide you with 6 possible tasks. The missile believes if you do at least some of them, Alexander may be woken away from his trance of anxiety, ennui, and loneliness that he is currently experiencing, overwhelmed by the supernatural power of Vaporwave.
Like, somehow I knew that's how it would go.
So better get some earplugs, lest we've descended to ennui.
So there are 6 tasks. It lists them. Repair a backup nuclear reactor. Organize the library. Settle the differences between 2 warring gangs, the food court vendors and the solar power roof repair techs. Lift the curse of the blade of an unknown alien god. Let's see here. Dive into the flooded underground parking garage to retrieve sealed cargo containers. And then reopen the catacombs.
Well, I'm the underwater guy.
You're the guy.
Yep. All right, we'll do that one first, see if it sates him.
Okay. The missile provides you directions to the garage.
Wait a minute.
Oh.
What did the traveling mystic woman say again? What were the 3 words?
Oh, paper, bone, water?
Water!
But wait, but do we have to do it in order?
I doubt this.
You could also all split up and do a different task at the same time.
That's true.
The missile assures you will be safe unless you provoke unless you attack first.
Like, I can go sort out the library. I'm sure I'm sure that's something I could do.
I don't know what the bone thing is. We're going to have to get creative with that.
Bones are stored in the catacomb.
Catacombs it is.
You like bones?
Well, not as much as you do usually, but you've already called the library.
Well, I mean, no. If you want the library, I can go to the bones.
Who's got the organizational skills between you two? Who has it?
I've got academics. Do you have academics?
You should probably go to the library.
Ta-da! Bone it up, Steve.
I often do
Okay.
when I'm home. When I'm
Phrasing?
late at
Are
night.
we talking still using phrasing?
Also, yes.
All right, so you all split up, and as you go through this giant abandoned mall that's playing weird, dissonant music that's calming yet anxious. So it's really cool. You wish you could live here forever and just be immersed in the music. Oh no, it's working. So, Cranberry?
I think the real trick is not to get caught in any of these liminal spaces. You know?
So, I mean, you're living in it, baby. Yeah. So, Cranberry, you get to the garage. The missile explains through a nearby speaker that this is below the water table, and got flooded. Weirdly enough, damaged the thing, let water in, and there are 3 cargo containers containing high tech equipment that it would like to have. It would definitely help.
Doesn't need me to drag it to him, just need to drain.
Well, they're
the
like
place.
briefcase size.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah. So they are radio tagged, so you can, and there's a tracker nearby, so you can just follow the signal. There are 2 problems. One, it is pitch black. There is no power down there. Problem 2, it is cold water. Problem 3, the alligators that have adapted to albino conditions in there and live on small cave fish, but have attacked human-sized targets.
I got this. Don't worry. I'm a wizard. I got cantrips. Don't worry. I can make a little light bulb that follows me around. I have aquatic adaptation, which, as far as I know, means I can flit around the water like Aquaman. And I will use my power of disguise to make myself appear as a gator. And I will carry those shits out one by one with my mouth to continue the illusion. Tell me how many dice to roll, baby.
Okay, so is aquatic adaptation a feat, or an edge?
It's
or
a power.
It's a power. Okay, so you have to cast that.
Okay.
It's a spell.
Oh my god, you're gonna cast some magic.
Magic.
I mean, I wrote it down there in the powers thing. God knows.
Yeah.
All right, that's an 8 on that one, so that explodes.
Oh yeah, with a raise. Yeah. So with your aquatic adaptation, you become like a fucking bio. What's the thing for like lightning bugs where they glow? Bioluminescent aquatic. So yeah, you get 2 in 1 with the raise.
Neato.
Yeah, so you got a little cool glowy pattern thing on you. So now disguise, is that also a power?
I got that in the powers, yeah.
Yeah, another spell. All your powers are spells.
Am I spending power points for this stuff?
Yes.
Okay. So
That would be. I'll look that up real quick. Yeah. In the future, you should write down how much each spell costs because it's slightly different. But it's
let's just do what Ross wants to do.
Yeah, basically.
have his players adequately prepared for his games.
Yeah.
A man could dream.
Yeah, weird.
It's good to have dreams.
I think it's 2 for aquatic adaptation.
All right.
And disguise. It's probably in alphabetical order. Yeah, it is. Weirdly enough, that's also 2.
Okay. So I'm down to 1 magic point. So
you can spend a Benny. You get 5 back. Yep.
All right then. So.
And that's all you need. Yeah. So go ahead and make athletics.
Athletics. Okay.
Yeah, because it's basically a parking garage that got entirely flooded and then like turned into a cave ecosystem, right? So like there's some cars, wrapped around, but there's also weird plants and there's lots of gators. Yeah, it's a thriving ecosystem. It's actually pretty neat.
My athletics check was 18.
God damn. Yeah. Fucking you can narrate it or I can, but
Swim, baby.
Yeah.
All right, I just turned myself into an alligator, and I'm just like fucking focused. I'm just like I know what to do.
Yeah.
I could do this.
Yeah, you are.
Mama raised me.
You were made to do this. This was made for you.
This hole was made.
You're like the world champion speedrunner of the Team ET Nintendo game, and you're just acing that
the damn level.
Yeah, that's you.
That's you.
You're fucking nailing it. Yeah, the gators kind of give you eyes like, who's that guy?
Yeah. Who's handsome?
Yeah, who's handsome? Yeah.
Oh god, like are there female gators like, ooh.
Who's fat, green, and scaly over there?
Well, it's not mating season, so yeah. Yeah.
No, they're like, it's not mating season, but I would.
Well, no, they would be like, he's competition. But they keep their distance, and you get the 3 cases, and you bring it to the missile in the courtyard. So meanwhile, while this is going on, who wants to go next?
I'll go next.
Okay. What was yours? Yours was the catacombs.
Yes.
So the missile gives you a little guided tour. Follow this wall. Go here. Go down this passageway. Go down here. Now here's a fun bit. This is a secret passage. Press the fire exit sign while holding down on the door handle. A sidewall pops open.
I've read comic books like this.
Would you like to know what this secret passage was originally meant for?
Yes. Yes, I would.
A secret den for drug use.
That is so Colorado.
But it was repurposed after the rifts. So as the people here somehow miraculously survived Denver being destroyed, they closed the walls and used robotic and repurposed all the robots of the mall as defense bots, keeping people at bay, but causing them to fall into a Great Depression, a sense of loneliness and isolation, and which psychically permeated the entire structure, thus giving this place in a sort of unique supernatural unease. This is why no major faction has seized or controlled the mall.
Well, that's lame.
It simply makes you too tired and sad to want to have ambition.
Should listen to it all day.
So, but as their members started dying, they did not want to, they literally did not have a space to bury them. The only dirt available to them was used for hydroponics. So instead, they figured out how to remove all the flesh from the bodies of the dead, use it to help grow new food, and then in turn the bones into this drug den, which they renamed the Catacombs.
Okay, so I just need to open this thing?
No, there's a guardian.
Of course there is. What, do I have to defeat this
One,
guardian?
well, that's the missile's knowledge of the skeleton guardian is limited at best. It can be talked to. It does understand the common language American.
Oh, well, good. That's what I speak.
Yeah.
Coincidence. Probably.
Yeah.
All right, well, I will go find out this guardian, and I will do my best to do whatever I need to do.
So you
I don't know.
Walk down the stairs. This opens up to this long, very large room, which used to be a hydroponics garden for wheat, underground hydroponics garden for grow room, basically.
In Rift's Earth, it was never legalized.
Well, you don't know. You're not an expert in pre-Rift's Earth. Yes. But it's been turned now into catacombs. Like they've reorganized it. And now there's just rows and rows of skeletal remains. And the door at the far end opens up, and an enormous skeleton, even taller than you, appears, and you realize he has been grafting bones onto himself for centuries, making himself bigger and stronger. So yeah, giant-sized skeleton. And he's like, "Who dares disturb the catacombs? Another vandal? I'll destroy you."
Like, oh no, I've got no interest in vandalizing bones.
Oh, did the missile send you?
He totally did.
You are the missile's champion. Is that what you're saying?
Missile didn't say anything about a champion.
Of course you're the champion. You're sent here by the missile. That's the only reason you could be here. Another pathetic mortal trying to reclaim the catacombs for burial purposes.
Wait a minute. Look, I know you've been down here a long time, right?
Yes, since the beginning.
And I understand how tedious that's got to be. But look, at the end of the day, we're all bones.
No, there are boneless creatures, and I hate them.
Oh well, I'm not boneless.
I can sense that.
So, I mean, we don't have to be enemies.
Roll persuade.
I'm not too good at this, but I'll see what I do.
We'll find out.
Ooh, 4.
Somewhere there are boneless chickens just rolling around.
4, 8.
Cast a spell and remove all the calcium from your bones. He can't
12.
see you then.
15.
He's like, you're right. Yeah, we got you. You have time, right? Okay.
Yeah, of course I do.
You want to smoke some weed first? I have magic weed that affects everything.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Actually, like immediately.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So you're just smoking weed with the skeleton guard again for a bit.
It's like
He takes you to the next room, which is his den. He has beanbag chairs and a big screen TV.
Sweet.
And yeah, he's like, all right, yeah. Do you have a preference of game? We could put in Madden or Call of Duty, Fortnite.
He's like, ooh, Fortnite. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I got a hacked version that works on local computers. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, you start playing Fortnite with them, with bots.
Doing monster size spliffs.
Yeah, I want to get that Phase World Fortnite hack that magically connects to the Phase World servers.
Hey, there's a chance I might be going there later.
All right, roll vigor.
Okay. 8.
Okay. Yeah. You do not get distracted.
Like, hey, there's a chance I might be going to Phase World for a cooking thing. You want me to pick that up for you?
Ooh, that'd be sweet. Okay, look, we have to do a game. Basically, I've decided that only worthy people. The problem, okay, the real problem was that the missile let anybody in here. Normally, it was to bury people here, which is fine. Whatever, I'm used to it. I've got like 500 years, lots of bones in the
you
bone.
look good for a lot of bones.
Yeah, thank you. So I don't need more, but I was fine with him burying more people. The problem happened when a necromancer snuck in here. He wasn't affected by the depression or the sadness. And then he's like, oh, lots of bones. I need those. And so he started stealing bones. And I can't.
That's no bueno.
Yeah, I have to protect the bones that are here. I don't have to accept new ones or anybody here, but the existing bones I have to protect. So I banned everybody. And but if you're the champion that has come here, you can challenge me to anything, and if you win, you can say who gets to come back in here, or you can delegate that to the missile.
All right, Fortnite then.
Okay, cool. Yeah, roll. Let's see here. What is it? Agility. Yeah, roll agility.
All right.
If you have a skill that would occur, roll shooting. Yeah,
Shooting?
it's a shooter.
I'm good at shooting.
Mm-hmm.
You are.
5.
Okay. Yeah. He's like, you beat me.
Hey, you're a good player, man.
Yeah.
Like, don't be hard on yourself.
Thanks. Yeah, you can access the catacombs now, including the SAM site too.
Right. You got it, man.
Yeah.
Fist bump.
So yeah, I think that was the missile was really well, whatever. Anyways, great, cool. Let's keep playing.
Hey, it's like, yeah, I got time.
All right. So meanwhile, 44.
Library.
Yes, you head to the library, which was the last Walden books in the universe.
Oh my god! Yikes!
Yeah, and they've just piled books and books and books in here. Yeah, do you have a cult trained?
I don't have a cult, but
Okay.
I do have academics.
Okay, so yeah, roll academics.
Well, that is a 5.
Okay, you start organizing them. It seems like just routine work that like anyone should be able to do that has some kind of training. But when you go back to a stack of things you've organized, they're messy again.
Clearly, the only way to solve it is to burn everything.
Let's try this again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we got a 6 and a 1, so that makes it a 7.
All right, you try again. And then it does, like as soon as you turn your back to something, it goes back to being messy and disorganized, undoing your work.
Is there some way to communicate with whatever it is that's doing this?
I don't know.
Make it more messy. Fuck it up. See if it goes back to a less messy state.
There is that. Let's try that.
Okay.
I'm not going to organize the books properly. I'm just going to turn them into a castle of books, like stack them up.
Like it's like symmetrical book stacking.
Okay. Yeah. You as soon as you turn around from that, you hear a thud and they all collapse.
Just look back to them.
Yeah. Give me a notice check this time.
There it is.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, dice. Don't fail me now. That's a 5.
Okay. You see tiny. There's a lot of dust in this area. People haven't visited in a while, and you see little marks in the dust leading to the wall.
Okay, let's go to that wall.
Okay. Yeah, you see a tiny hole in the bottom of the wall.
Ooh.
Might as well peek into the hole.
Okay. What's your toughness?
What's your save versus tiny men from Ingloos?
Because they never forget.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. They rolled a 3, so I imagine it's higher than 3.
19.
Okay, yeah, you get a something shoots a little needle towards your eye, but it doesn't you blink before it hits, and so it does not pierce your very magically tough skin.
Well, that was rude.
You don't hear anything in reply.
Hey, can we talk?
Nothing.
Knock on the wall over the hole. Just dunk, dunk, dunk. Hey, I know you're in there. I saw you.
Roll persuade. Target number 8.
Both of my dice explode.
Okay.
Do it.
Let's see which one goes higher.
Mm-hmm.
Second explosion.
Nathan explosion.
Third.
That's 18. 24. So 29.
31, actually, because I got +2 to persuade because I'm pretty.
Oh, okay. So,
Okay. Please, oh handsome stranger with the magical skin and tattoos, do not harm us. So tiny little robots that look like children's toys come out of the walls, and it's like, this is the one place we could be without being intruded, attacked, or stepped on by the large people. And we're programmed to protect something, although we don't. Our memories are a little glitched out at this point, so we don't know exactly what it was.
Okay.
If you give us something to protect ourselves, we'll gladly stop interfering with your work.
Well, that's easy enough. I mean, I saw a sporting goods store back that way that said trout fitters.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't I get you some of those things?
Okay.
And, here's another thing to keep in mind. If we can organize this library and put these books all back where they belong, that means that people are going to be less likely to come in here and mess with you. So if we can organize
But then they'll come here and read the books. Terrible. Awful. Why'd you? No.
If there's one thing that I know about libraries and the world, even pre-Rifts, people aren't going to come into this place and read the books. In fact, if we organize them, that is going to make it less appealing towards people because they look at these stacks and they go, there's got to be something good hidden there. And if we organize it, they're going to look at it and go, that's mundane.
Okay.
And they're not going to want to come.
I mean, you rolled so fucking well. Yeah, basically. So they're sold on the idea. So you go to trout fitters. All the things that are obvious weapons, guns and knives and bows are, 1, too large for them, and 2, long since looted. So what do you can give me a survival check to figure out something from what's left, or did you have something in mind?
I actually did have something in mind.
You could, yeah, what?
So here's the thing. To a normal sized person, one of those 2-inch case knives is a useful little pocket tool.
Okay.
But to a tiny little action figure, it's a claymore.
Okay, yeah.
So if I just go to the case knife and raid all of the little bitty, tiny, dinky pen knives and just bring them back the pen knives and go, here,
all right, yeah, if you
go.
spend a penny, I'll say there's enough of them. Plus, there's fishing wire, which is gold for fucking tiny people,
Oh, yeah. You
Yeah,
can do a
strong
lot with
tents. Yeah. So, yeah, just spend a penny, and there'll be plenty of that stuff. And, yeah, so with that, it's easy to organize the papers. And in there, you find an interesting set of classified technical documents from the U.S. government for a hover armored transport vehicle meant to carry a company of worth of personnel and vehicles.
Oh, that would be a report like, okay, like that missile's starting to get some errors, man.
And you flip through it and you realize the design of this looks a lot like the Death's Head transport for the coalition states.
This is what it would look like if they didn't put the giant skull on the end of it, isn't it?
Yeah, basically. Do you have electronics or research?
I don't.
Yeah, this would be
believe-
really error in skill, but you can give it to the missile. It'll be able to analyze it.
Yeah, or I can just take that information with
Yeah.
and give it to one of our people.
So yeah, all three of you do that, and that's when the missile pages all three of you. The missile would like all three of the newcomers to report back to the missile. Thank you. This was the missile. So
Cindy's opera slide my way over there.
yeah. So the three of you get back there.
It was like,
Are you still gated or not?
Nah, I'm gated.
Yeah.
God, it feels terrible.
It only lasts like 10 minutes or so. So. Which is all you needed to get those three cases.
like-
To be fair, seeing a gator Cindy Lauper slide would have been absolutely worth it.
Oh, sure.
there's like, well, there's still, the day is still young.
Yeah. Much can happen.
I was going like, hey, like, oh, I gotta go, man. Hey, good game.
Yeah, good game, good game. Yeah.
Like, yeah, like, if I get to Phase World, I'll find that thing you want.
Hey! Yeah. Good job, Goku. You picked the Goku skin for Fortnite.
Okay, yeah, it's like, actually, it's like, hey, excellent job, Vegeta.
Yeah. So yeah, Steve comes back smelling like weed.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah. So the
It's like, did you guys have to battle anything?
My patience.
So damn, you got to go on a whole underwater ass on this. But so you get there, and the missile's like, the missile is glad you have done this. The missile's received word from Alexander that he is returning. It will take him some time to return, but he has felt can see a difference in the mall. Unfortunately, the missile's long range sensors have picked up a vehicle moving, a very large vehicle moving at high speeds towards the mall. And given its signal information, the missile believes it is from the coalition states. The missile theorizes that, given the information you have given the missile, the coalition is also aware of these muses and is coming to kidnap or terminate Alexander. And given their focus on this high important mission, they will not be affected by the latent depression aura of the mall, and thus everyone will die. The missile would like you to open the sky view so the missile can fulfill its last mission.
What, leaving? Just getting out of here? You going to space?
The missile will protect its friends.
I think I'm getting what the missile is saying here.
Did you find the cargo cases?
Yes, I did.
Would you like to open them?
I do.
There's very high-tech looking circuits. Please insert them into the computer. So you do so? Yeah.
Yeah.
So it starts calculating. Steve,
Yes.
the missile would like to know if you reopen the secondary SAM site, the catacombs.
I did, yes.
Excellent. The missile is very pleased. Well, unfortunately, that will help slow down the approach and assault. But this transport, the missile does not understand it very well. The missile will...
Fortunately,
Oh, what is that?
I have schematics.
You do. Please insert them into the computer. So...
If only we had a scanner fax copier.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. You need the way to scan the information into the thing. But you remember about the photocopier. You could grab one, and you're able to scan it into the missile. The missile analyzes it in a second. The building vibrates again. The lights dim. It's like the missile is no longer having to sacrifice itself to stop this vehicle. It can use the smaller secondary surface-to-air missiles accessible through the catacombs to take down a weak spot that it detects.
You're going to launch your babies?
They're not sentient. Only the missile is sentient.
Don't listen to him.
The surface-to-air missiles are no more sentient than a regular bullet.
You're banging on the inside of the SAM.
So, Yeah, with that, there's the missile sends out. Would everyone head to the missile would like everyone to head to the emergency air raid shelters in case of unexpected enemy assaults. This is the Death's Head transport. It carries like 144 something like that coalition soldiers, several SAMAs. Like it carries way more than the three of you can handle.
Cool. I scurry into the shelter.
Or do you Cindy Lauper slide?
There are video screens up in the shelter. So you're crowded there with like the people of the mall. There's probably a few hundred there, but this is the mall that would house 20,000 people. So yeah.
I'm sorry, man. That might be how you have to travel from now on.
Where do
I was inspired by where I was.
Yeah.
Where do all of these bangles keep coming from? They're just flying.
So fashionable, but they're in the way.
And you see the fucking Death's Head transport coming in. It is a massive vehicle. It carries a lot of firepower. But none of you have seen it before, except through your training.
Stories.
Well, you've seen training videos where they talk about this thing.
It's like what to do if you encounter one of these. Don't be where it is.
Run away, yeah. But it apparently flies basically right over this hidden SAM site at the edge of, right outside the mall. And just as it's about to slow down and drop off the troops, you see from the ground just these columns of smoke just instantly appear, and they slam into the belly of the Death's Head transport. And then even inside this underground shelter, you feel the explosion. Like that's a lot of shit cooking off.
Or fucking out, man.
And there's a deafening silence as like everyone in the mall is like, oh fuck. This is all of you can give me a common knowledge check.
4.
No, that's a 1d8. I'm supposed
5. I do succeed.
Got a 1.
All right.
Well, both of my dice exploded again. That 4 exploded, so we're at 9 there. 11.
Yeah, this is they never send out Death's Head transport for just random things on the frontier. This is like a mission critical thing for the coalition as a whole.
Got fucked up.
It just got fucked up, and they don't have a lot of these things. They're very expensive. They put a lot of important people on it, or a lot of like experienced soldiers. So they really wanted the fucking muse, and you denied it to them because you fulfilled the prophecy. And
Look, we fulfilled the prophecy, guys. High five.
And behind you, there's this like guy, young early 20s. He looks kind of sad, and he's just like wearing a hoodie. Like, hi, I guess this is all over for me. I'm sorry, it's my fault.
Hey,
yeah,
hey, I'm still baked. So it's more like, hey, we all feel that way sometimes.
Yeah, it's pretty cool music though.
But sometimes we just need to get back out there and see, and be in the world.
Yeah.
Come on.
Okay, I'll help you out. I think if I leave with you and let everybody know that I'm leaving with you, they won't come back here. It's probably safe.
That is an amazing thought.
Yeah, we should go before it's too late.
Let's go.
Bye, missile. The missile. I'll miss you. The missile wants you to know you are aiming towards your purpose. And even though we may not see each other again, always strive and reach and fight against the dying of the light.
I'm going to give basically the the missile a fist bump.
Yeah. The missile will motivate you. Okay,
guys, I don't want to say this, but I am a fan of the missile.
Missy is awesome.
You know what? Hey, I like that. I was when we first got here. Remember, I wasn't sold on this thing, but now having been here, I believe in the missile.
Matter of fact, what were the other 3 tasks that Missy wanted us to do? Can we knock out one of those before we leave?
Well, we'll come back.
The missile believes it is important that you get Alexander out into safe territory. It is a critical mission for the safety of the mall.
Someday we'll come back and hang out, missile.
The missile would like that. The missile knows that you tried very hard and you have succeeded despite all cost. Keep aiming towards your purpose. And no matter what, calculate where you are.
Our efforts are going to explode everywhere one day.
You know where you are by where you aren't. And always calculate for variance called deviance. The missile.
You know what? Thank
missile
you so
loves
much
you.
for all of your amazing guidance.
The missile welcomes, thanks you.
It's like my respect for you is at DEFCON 1, man.
Fox 1, yeah. So yeah, you leave. So yeah, you realize this missile was a prototype weapon from the U.S. military.
But this is totally something that would be in Fallout.
Oh sure,
Completely.
yeah, 100%. And it was so advanced it gained sentience on its own. And over the centuries decided it didn't want to be a weapon anymore, so it repaired all the systems of the mall, and started protecting people and subtly helping them. And but it was ready to sacrifice itself to do that. But you fulfilled the prophecy, so it had all the tools it needed to blow up the transport without.
Otherwise, we would have had to have dealt with it.
No, you would have died. Well, you could have died. You could have sacrificed yourself to try and knock off, do a Death Star trench run and blow it up. But it 100% would have killed you. Like, it's 100, like, over 100 dudes. Like, yeah. But the missile would have sacrificed itself. But you...
Hey, do you think we could grab, like, a severed head and a helmet while we're leaving?
Oh, it's all...
one.
Yeah.
I've got one.
Oh.
It's right here.
It's all vaporized.
Yeah. What's that?
Well, the stuff in the transport is all vaporized.
Yeah. But I've got this Samus that I cut down earlier.
Oh. I'm sorry, I'm baked right now. So,
yeah.
That was... that skeleton had some good shit.
Yeah. So,
obviously, if you're still baked,
it's me.
You did smoke a lot. Yeah.
Wait, we played a lot of Fortnite.
Did you win?
I did.
Awesome.
Yeah, but yeah, you with that you're able to get Alexander back to Castle Refuge pretty easily. The coalition's took a major hit today. They don't have the presence to really go after you again. And even on foot,
I want them dealt with. Like, well, that's who we would have sent.
You know the route. Alexander gets you. You can have a vehicle, civilian vehicles. I'm going to get you back to Hope, the city of Hope. So, what kind of vehicle do you get?
I know exactly what we want. We either get a now convertible hippie bus, like it was a normal VW bus, but now the roof and like the windows are gone, so now it's
with armor plating.
Yeah.
Yeah, an old hippie bus. That is now like a hippie battle van.
Yes. It has peace, love, happiness on the side, but the word peace is crossed out for war, love is crossed out for hate.
Okay, yeah.
Happiness is angst.
Okay, yeah. I mean, you can't take it with you back to Castle Refuge. It won't. It's too big. People can go through the Nexus, but not like giant a car.
That's something I can drive.
Yeah.
I can't fly, but I can drive.
Yeah, so yeah, you just get back in the VW hippie bus, and Alexander's there. So yeah, good job.
Right. We'll leave the bus with someone worthy.
Well, you can give it to Uthman, the guy who gave you the.
It's like, hey, thanks for everything, man. You can have this bus.
Cool. Yeah, no, I appreciate it. I do fly, but I appreciate the thought. It's
okay. Actually, I wanted to do one thing.
Yeah.
I wanted to take pictures of the destroyed Death's Head transport.
There's not much left. There's some...
I know, but just the wreckage.
Sure. Yeah.
It's like, oh hey, like we didn't do it, but a good friend of ours blew up a Death's Head transport.
Yeah, no, I actually that was radioed pretty much everywhere yesterday. Yeah, I heard.
If you want to know how to bring one down, these schematics might be helpful.
Yeah, you do have a copy of the schematics. Yeah,
and also, the missile is good.
The missile is good. So yeah, you get back. You did it. You rescued Vaporwave from the coalition.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's still really sad.
He's getting over it. He's re-engaged with the world. So
sometimes you just have to get out of your room, and
sometimes you have to have. Yeah, you need help.
Just sit next to me on the ride home to Branson, young man. You can apologize to me all the way there.
We'll play some Cyndi Lauper music as we drive.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So, that was Vaporwave. Questions, comments? Y'all like it?
Oh, man, I was laughing.
Trust
so much.
Trust the missile.
Yeah, trust the missile. Yeah. That was 100% from the meme. The missile must motivate you. There is, if you're not aware, there old 1990 Department of Defense videos talking about missile calculating trajectories and shit, and it's like the missile knows where it is by knowing where it isn't, and it just goes on for like a minute, and somebody fed that into an AI voice synthesizer, and people had it saying all kinds of shit, including very motivational speeches, like the missile knows you'll hit your and I just thought that was very fun.
Oh no, that was perfect.
The missile knows that one day you will hit your target.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, dude, you saw us, dude. we will fight for the missile in the future.
Oh yeah, 100%. But yeah, if you had not, the whole thing of the scenario was like you do the side quest, you get the prophecy, paper, water, bone. David figured it out. There's 6 missions, but you have to do exactly those 3. Didn't matter what order you did, but that only those 3 would give the missile everything it needed to blow up the transport without blowing it up itself, without sacrificing itself. Because the missile 100% would have blown
Oh
itself
my God,
up.
guys, we got the good ending.
You got the good
best
ending.
ending.
Yeah. You got the 100% ending, completionist. So yeah. Yeah.
To be fair, I had a thought for how we could get the warring gangs to stop.
Sure.
But that would have involved us breaking out into our own group rendition of Love as a Battlefield.
Yeah.
So you're welcome, Internet, that we didn't have to do that.
Yeah, I didn't really design some of these for the specific characters of mine, but like, holy shit, I really did that water one exactly for Cranberry. Like, holy shit, yeah, no, you were literally made for this.
Finally, a scenario comes along and I can whip it.
Yeah, so I don't know what we'll do next for the Symphony.
I want to stay like message connected with the skeleton.
Who with the skeleton?
I want to be like messenger friends.
Oh
with
yeah,
the
yeah.
skeleton.
Oh sure, yeah. You can figure out. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, you still have AIM.
Yeah.
You have still ICQ.
Yeah, ICQ. In the grim dark future of Rifts, only ICQ still
And
works.
it's the same tone.
Oh, of course, yeah. Cool. Well, we'll see what the other group, what the other players get up into next time, because we haven't voted on what Adventure League.
I'll probably be in that group as well.
Yep.
And apologies to the other group that we kind of took Outlaw Country off the table, but hey, we managed.
No, that was only
at
to
once.
get the lead. Like that was to get the lead to figure out. Yeah. So Outlaw Country is gonna. Yeah, that just solves a step. But like, yeah. So I'll. Yeah. Anyways.
So it's the first of a, shall we say, Texas 2-step.
Hey, there we go.
It's a psychobilly freakout.
All right. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
Bye.